it. Oh well.
Going live. You have hair all over your hands. We are live.
I don't see anything.
You don't see that.
Oh, I see that.
Don't.
I'm putting it down on the ground.
Guten Morgen.
Wie geht es Ihnen?
I don't know what that said.
Yes, you do.
No, I don't.
You lived in Germany.
I don't know what that means.
How are you?
Okay. Now I know what that means. I didn't know what that means. I mean, I lived in Korea for
A long time.
6 years?
Yes.
7 years. And you could say some stuff in Korean that I wouldn't understand.
Yeah, but it's how are you?
Yeah. I lived on an air base.
That's true. Okay, I'll give you that.
I wasn't immersed in the culture.
That's true. Good morning.
Good morning. Welcome to the Flipside. I'm Sam.
I'm Jessie.
And it's early.
Pish posh. This is our normal time.
No, that's true. This is our normal time.
I'm not making him go early. Although I did ask him if he wanted to. What did I ask you if you wanted to do it at 6:30 in the morning this
It
morning?
was unlandish. There is no way I would
I
have
said
yes.
we should get up early and go up to Sunrise Point and
what?
watch the sunrise.
No.
On
I
a
do
Saturday.
not- no. We usually get up before the sun does. On a Saturday, that is anathema.
I think we should go up and watch the sunrise. It was going to be a pretty sunrise this morning.
I'm sure it was, but
He wasn't up for it. I even tried to bring it up yesterday to give him enough advanced warning that we should get up and watch the sunrise up at Sunrise Point.
no. Big no.
He wasn't up for it.
Tom is here.
Good morning, Tom. He's taken me to Sunrise Point once.
Yeah.
And we've watched the sunrise once, so we should go again.
I think Tom is channeling his inner Jamaican. He says, I have an appointment today, so probably won't watch the whole thing.
Yeah, man.
The whole thing, man.
Yeah, man.
So, yeah, that's not going to happen. Good morning, Sam and Jessie. Doug
Good morning.
says, headed to business meeting this morning in proper business attire.
Ooh.
My cool new Flipside t-shirt.
Ooh, that's better. I actually thought you meant like a suit. And I went, ew, that sounds terrible.
Blake says, hello from the other side.
Good morning, Blake.
Bonjour.
Buongiorno.
Vanessa says, hello.
Hi.
9 is not early. I know it's not, but it is
Right?
for Saturday for me.
It is not. We are on this every Saturday
Early
at 9.
is relative
We are on this every Saturday.
to a number of different things.
Every time. Every time.
One of which including I'm tired. So if you're tired when you wake up, it's early. When you wake up and you're refreshed and you're ready to go, it's not early. It's
Okay,
early.
so we should have gotten up and watched sunrise, and then you would have been more awake, and then
No,
and
I
then
would have
by the
been
time the live
more
comes, you'd be
tired.
like, "Let's go."
I would have been more tired.
I tried.
Vanessa says, I'm going to game soon. Wow, shocker.
Vanessa, you game?
So you can only so it can only hang out for a bit.
Thank you for being here.
Tom in all caps posts. Vanessa is going to a game.
That's what we just
What
said.
a shock. Tom says, saw your bottom 5 yesterday. Just curious if you had Duel in the Dark. Also, if I came across a copy, should I buy it? I no longer own Duel in the Dark. But I wish I did. I'll put it that way. So if you do come across a copy and it is not for an ungodly amount of money, then yeah, you probably should. I think you would probably enjoy it.
There you go.
Sam, your mic is really quiet or not on at all.
Not on.
Stop throwing me under the bus. I was going to do other things other than just turn it on.
Thank you for keeping us in line.
It's too early.
You are a fibber.
Blake Cavaney says, sleeping in on the weekends makes it harder for you to wake up early on Monday.
Yes.
Tired can also be a mentality thing. If you have it in your mind you'll be tired, then you will be. That doesn't count when your mind isn't awake yet. If your mind wakes up and says, hey, I'm tired.
You can choose to not. It's the same thing we tell the kids.
You're tired.
You can choose to have a good day. You can choose to be tired.
You don't choose to be tired.
You can make a choice.
You are either tired or you are not.
Yeah, but you have to.
That is a state of being.
But you have to power through and get on with your day and go, and then you just don't act tired.
That's exactly what I'm doing.
If you allow yourself
to
act tired, you'll be tired all day.
I'm not gonna be tired all day, but there's going to be a couple hours in the morning where I'm like,
you have been up for a couple hours already.
I understand that. And
so you passed that time.
Entire 2 hours, I've been saying I kind of want to go back to bed. That's exactly what I'm talking about. I am powering through it because that's what we do. But it doesn't change the fact that I'm tired.
You're fine.
I'm going to have coffee. I'm about here.
This will wake you up. Have this.
No.
This will wake you up.
Absolutely not.
Wake you up.
No, thank you.
Better than coffee.
Jessie is good. You're a little low. Sound is still low, Sam. How about
better?
now?
Is that better?
Okay. I am an assistant organizer with our group, so it's business. Right. Okay, Vanessa. Yes, you don't choose to be tired, but if you complain about it, then you'll be more tired.
See? Yes! Yes!
I would like to debate the difference between complaining and just stating facts.
Nah, you get over it. Get on with it. You're fine.
I'm not complaining. I'm just stating a fact. I am tired.
Nah.
It is early.
Nah.
That's not complaints. Those aren't complaints. Those are just statements.
Oh, whatever.
Blake's on the other side. Why are you agreeing with him?
Because he's making good points.
But he's on the other side.
That doesn't mean I don't like him. It doesn't mean I don't like him personally or I don't like people from the other side.
I'm telling Pastor.
I'm sure he has friends over there too. Give me a break. I used to live there. All the people I used to know and hang out with are over there.
I am still low?
Wow.
Is it because I'm talking away?
I don't know. You're not on.
No.
Oh, you are.
Those two green lights.
Keep talking and then keep testing it.
Testing 1, 2, I guess. I don't know. It doesn't look like I'm low here. Test 1, 2.
You got sound.
No, I know I do, and it's not showing low here. Maybe is it showing low on the other side? Test 1, 2. No, it doesn't look like I'm coming through low here.
My mic sounds nice. Check 1.
And we're coming through on both channels equally, so I don't. Maybe
he was probably mumbling.
No, that's probably true.
Because when he even talks about him being tired, he goes, I'm tired.
I think you sound fine, Vanessa says.
Okay.
Sam is low. Maybe that was a temperament low and not an audio low.
Yeah, I agree, puppy.
Strider agrees, so that must be what it is. Talking about it for multiple hours is complaining. I haven't been talking about it for multiple hours.
Yes.
This is the first I've mentioned it.
So talk about something else. You're fine.
Yeah. Okay. Why am I tired? Let's go ahead and put it. Let's. We're talking about something else, not the fact that I am tired, but why am I tired? Because it has been go for the last 2 weeks.
Yeah, that's not different.
No, this has been especially different because a couple of different things have gotten added in here, and this is why I named our stream what I did this morning. What did you name it? I named it The Calm Before the Storm because this weekend we have nothing going on. This is the only thing that we have going on. I have a couple things I need to work on for work. We're going to go do something
I probably have to do work.
Oh, I just shushed you.
I know.
It worked.
I just didn't. I just ignored you.
Anyway,
We have a couple of things.
We have a couple things going on, but we don't have anything that we must do or that we have scheduled to do. It's just pretty much stuff that needs to get done, or stuff that we want to go do. Not anything that we are. No, I haven't said yes. She's trying to get us to go on a hike.
I didn't say a hike. No. I just said something outside.
A hike is a walk that you don't want to go on. That's a hike. So she's trying to get us to go on a hike this afternoon. And I'm not throwing it completely out the window, but it has been very wet and very dreary for a long time. And so most of the nature-y trails that she wants to go on
are muddy. And
are
I
be
said that
nasty,
this
muddy.
morning. I was like, I don't really want to go on a
And
muddy
the kind
trail.
of mud that we have up here is like the kind of stuff that cakes onto the bottom of your foot, your foot, and you have moon boots on by the time you get back to the car.
Yeah, our property is literally on an entire
Nothing's
plot of
wrong with a
clay.
hike.
It is on
Blake.
clay.
Blake.
Literally clay.
Blake is pushing my buttons this morning.
You need to chill out. Blake is fine. Our property is on clay. Literally clay. So when it gets wet, it sticks to your boots. We could peel off the clay off of our boots and make pottery.
Yes.
It's
that's
gross.
Absolutely true.
I don't want to go on
Let's
that
see.
kind of walk. I
It
just
says,
want to go outside.
Doug says, I'm not tired. I just haven't allocated enough resources to generate action points yet.
Oh,
Doug gets
that's
me.
a better way to say it, Doug.
Doug
I
gets
like
me.
it.
Nothing is wrong with the hike, Blake. Nothing is wrong with the hike at all. But I don't necessarily like walking in mud
I said we will go somewhere
or wet
non-muddy.
weather. I don't like walking
It's
in wet
not
weather.
rainy.
And I know it's not rainy, wet. When there is an abundance of humidity in the atmosphere, it is wet. When the ground has wetness on it, it's wet. And I don't necessarily like walking. But anyway, I haven't thrown that out the window. Just saying that that's one of the things she's trying to gerrymander to get us to do.
Okay, here's the thing. I ask for it almost every time we have a free moment. Let's go for a little walk. Let's go for a little walk.
I think Blake
Let's
is
go for
just
a
being
little walk.
contrarian to me this morning. He says, I love walking in wet weather.
Yeah, he's trying to
What's wrong with a hike? I love walking in wet weather.
push. I ask them all the time, let's go for a walk. Let's go for a walk. Come on, let's go for a walk. And
I walk every day.
all of them
I walk every day.
will have some excuse. Oh, I had football practice last night. Oh, I had color guard practice. Oh, I have a competition. I'm too tired because I've been playing my French horn for 7 hours this week. I can't go for a walk because it's rainy. I don't have the right coat. I don't like the mud.
I have the right coat.
I don't want to go outside. Whatever. They just lay it on me.
Blake says, no, Sam. It's just me. I'm not trying to be contrarian. I am contrarian. All right. Well, at least you know yourself. You know yourself, Blake. That's good. And I'm just joking.
Yeah, we're all teasing.
Yeah, we're just joking around.
Okay,
So
tell us
anyway,
about our couple of weeks.
back to the thing. Okay, so I'm tired because we have been go for the last 2 weeks. And I mean 2 weeks solid. Not like the last Monday through Friday was rough, and then now this Monday through Friday. No, we've had something going every day for the last 2 weeks. Okay, so we start, a week and a half, if I want to say solid. So we start, 3 weeks ago, we started doing a city group meeting at our house where we have a group of people from our church come over to our house. One week a night, and that's on Wednesday nights. But before that, the 2 weeks before that, we had meetings at the church, which was a launch group, which is where you kind of have everybody meet together, and then you kind of get divided up into, it's like the new beginning of new city groups. And so we
just
had
a small group.
Yeah, and city groups is a small group from the large group. So the large group meets for I think it was three weeks on Tuesday. So that happened. I missed one of them.
'Cause we were on the cruise.
Yeah, because we were on the cruise. We both missed one. Yeah, I forgot I was doing that. Anyway, so we do that, and then we get into our launch group. And so 3 weeks ago, we started our launch group. That Wednesday, we had that meeting. And then the Thursday after that, I was serving on tech crew at the church. And then the next Friday, what did we have that Friday? We had...
Was that the game night?
Yes, the regular game night that we have at Steamers West. And then Saturday, this is just going back, not going back 3 weeks ago, but this is going back to just last week. So Wednesday was our city group. Thursday was, what was it again?
Served.
Tech crew. Friday was game night at Steamers West. Saturday was the Wii conference at church. Sunday, I served on Connect team at church, and then right up we had to leave church early to go do the Wenatchee Wild event. Monday, we actually...
Okay, I'd like to interject here. Sounds like normal life.
had something. No, but it's like every day we've been doing something. Every day we've had something to do. For the last 2 weeks. Every day. I'm feeling what Def and Daphne was saying. Every day for the last 2 weeks we've had something we had to go do. And I know that most of that stuff is stuff that we wanted to do. I get that. But we need to be better at just scheduling in some days where we go... And this is one of those days.
I would like to interject because the last Saturday's live stream, you labeled it, we didn't have anything to do that day.
But no, that we did it last week. We did it at 6 p.m. because we were at the Wii conference all day.
Okay, the week before we had nothing. Either way.
Yeah, that was the week before.
So we did have some really fun
all of
things
this
happen in
started.
the past week. We had the marriage conference, which we talked about on our live last week. We had the gaming event with the Wenatchee Wild, which I really, really loved.
It was a good
really,
event.
really loved.
Really
Let's
good
just talk about that. These Wenatchee Wild players are the same age as my daughter. They're 17, 18, 19, 20.
A year or two older. They're 18 and 19 years old.
They're 18 and 19. They're just kids.
Yeah, they're just high schoolers. They're seniors in high school.
Yeah,
basically.
they're seniors. And, you know, we had this event and they had a workout right before this.
Yeah, we started at 1 and we got there we started at 1:30. We got there at 1 o'clock.
Yeah.
And I walk into where we were storing all of the prize packages and they're in there chugging, like on bikes with their personal trainer in there going like chugging. And I'm like, oh, these guys are going to be freaking dead. Oh, these guys are going to be so toast. They're not going to want to be here at all.
So they all kind of came in with a little bit of a oof
Yeah.
attitude.
They were still in their workout clothes, but they just put their jerseys on over it. And they came out of the locker room, and it's like, okay, we got to be here.
All right, this is something the Wild does. We have to do this. And then we sat them down on tables, and we started playing. And within a few minutes, some of them were already like, oh, I got this.
Yeah.
There were others that took a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And then we played. And then by the end, these kids were all smiling. They were asking if they could take home a game. They were wanting to play. They went home to their billet families. And 4 billet families came back to the Wenatchee Wild office the next day and said, do you have any more board games? All the boys came home asking to play games.
Yeah.
One of the kids said he hasn't played
I
games.
hope they didn't give them the games that they had that were donated, because I saw that stack.
Yeah, no. They had, one of them said, I haven't played games since I left my family in Japan.
Yeah.
And we used to play board games all the time, and this is so great. Yeah. All of the guys were like smiling.
Yeah, as they
left. They were all kind of bantering and smiling. And I'm going to talk a little bit about Daphne's best friend was there. Daphne's best friend kind of has a crush on anybody that plays hockey.
And the FBI has taken out a file on her.
She does love some hockey boys. But as they were sitting there playing, she's on a table playing with them. and she was still breathing, so that was good. I had to check on her a couple of times because, but one of the players that she kind of crushes on was playing with her at the table, and they were playing Splitto, and he intentionally, well, in her mind, he intentionally played the cards elsewhere to sabotage her hand, and she was so mad.
Mm-hmm.
She's like, I don't even think I like him anymore. I think I'm taking him off my Instagram. I'm not following him anymore. He sabotaged my hand in this game, and I'm mad at him.
They only had one agent watching her. Now they have two. So I'm just saying.
So it was a great day. I really, really loved it. It was super fun.
Yeah. Yeah, it was really
super fun.
It was a really fun day, and it was a great time because you see these kids out on the ice and you see them, and you forget
they're just kids.
That they're just kids. You know, you really do because they don't look like kids.
No,
they look like dudes. You know,
when Pavelski's out there like slamming somebody, I'm like,
when they have their gear on and when they have their uniforms on and when they're doing business, you know, they don't look like little kids, but that's kind of what they are.
Right.
I mean. I'm going to be 50 this year, and
I'm not.
Yeah, she's not. But so I get that there's
cat. That's fine.
See, I told you that was going to happen.
It's fine.
I told you the little jerk was going to open the door. He can't go through a door to save his life, and then he squeezes through an opening that big. I swear I hate cats. I don't hate cats. But he is, like, super on my nerves.
Sam's feisty this morning.
No, I'm not feisty. It's just that...
So what? He got in the garage. Who cares?
Yeah, now we're going to have to go out there and get him.
I will get him.
Because he won't come back in on his own. Because he doesn't know how to listen.
We have had a couple busy days, but it's no more than any other day.
Meanwhile, Strider is, like, laying down right next to him, pointing himself at the door.
Going,
and I can hear him going, don't do it. They're going to get mad at you. Don't do it. Don't do it.
No,
stop.
Stop.
Don't go. Max, stop. And then he gets up and he's like, that
Max
cat's
left.
stupid.
Max, he's going to come tattle on him. Maxie went outside.
That guy's stupid.
He is.
Anyway.
Catch up on your comments.
Blake here says, my dad walks twice a day. My dad doesn't like people enough to have that many people at the house. Vanessa says, I have to work in the rain. I'm at least getting paid to be wet and miserable. Nuno Rebello is here. Good to see you, Nuno.
Nice to meet you.
Blake says, you don't have to go do anything. You choose to do all those things, but you don't have to do any of them.
Speaking my words today.
Stop. Here's the thing. If you agree to go do something,
then you have to do it.
You have to go do it.
You have a commitment.
You have committed yourself. Whether the other party feels that you are obligated to do that or not, it's your word that's on the line at that point.
Right.
And if you say that you're going to go do something and then not do it enough,
it's on you.
Your word has taken a nosedive. So I understand what you're saying, Blake. I understand.
But these were things we already said yes to.
These are things that we chose to do. That is correct. So we did not have to choose to do them, some of them, but we did. And so at that point, we do have to do them. So I understand what you're saying, but I just wanted you to kind of understand what we're saying as well. I know what you mean when you say things we had to do, but being real, you don't have to do anything. That is correct. But
I kind of do. I had to go to work this week.
You do.
I really did.
And I have to go to work every day.
You know,
even and for me, that's even easier to say, no, I don't.
No, you have to do work.
I don't. I can wait till tomorrow to do that.
No,
I have to choose to, and that's something I have to do. I have to choose to do it. So there's that.
We've had some great moments in the past couple of weeks.
David Brownlee says double speeding to catch up. Vanessa says, I didn't know you were actually playing with the team members. Yeah, it was
so much fun.
A team event. In other words, the team came in and they played with all of the season ticket holders that showed up. And we had a lot of different season ticket holders. We had older people, and we had kids with their parents coming in. And again, the draw was not necessarily board games. The draw was, hey, come do this with the players. And, you get to
Sit down on a table with them. Talk to them.
Talk to them.
Ask them
Right.
what else they like to do, I asked some of the boys, I said, so if you could do another sport besides hockey, what would you do?
Vanessa, keep it real now. Come on.
no, what did Vanessa say?
She said many hockey players tend to be cute, so I get it.
I can connect you to Daphne's best friend. She would agree. These weren't cute to me because these were baby boys. They're just the same age as my daughter.
Did she flip the table? No, she didn't flip the table.
She didn't flip the table, but she got mad.
Yeah.
And she's Latino.
She talked about it the entire ride.
She did, and when she gets mad, her face shows it, and she gets a little stompy. Yeah. It was fun. It was super fun. We're sitting on the table with these boys, the hockey players, and they were just boys. They were just teenage young men,
So I don't say all of that to say that we have had a bad 2 weeks.
No.
We've just had a super busy 2 weeks.
I did have a couple low days, but that's because life happens.
Yeah, and that's because
Life happens. That's all we got to go into.
you got
Life happens. Sometimes
it does.
it was not personal. It was actually work related. But sometimes life happens, and it kind of makes you take a deep breath. But other than that,
Heading out
we've
to
had some
games.
great.
Vanessa says, catch you later. See you
Bye,
later,
Vanessa.
Vanessa. Take care. Have fun. Let's see here.
What else have we had? Do you want to talk about last night? In a positive way, of course, because we don't know who's watching.
Well, no, I mean, there's definite positives and there's negatives to everything. So I'll start off. I'll be the curmudgeon.
No, you're not a curmudgeon.
We had a game night at St. Paul's, which is
Yes.
where Jessie works, and it was more of a
Family event.
and small kids event
Yeah.
rather than
It was.
what we would consider a regular game night.
We were kind of hoping it was more of a family game night.
Yeah.
It was more of a family night.
I would not even say that. I would say that it was a night where the parents said, hey, I'm going to come get a free meal and let my kids run wild and mistreat the stuff that's out there for them and not do anything about
It was a little harder for us because I kind of had a different visual in my head.
it. So did I.
But I know these families and I know these kids, and that was great. But I did have a different visual in my head, and poor Sam. At one point, I actually told him, I was like, just go play a game with Daphne and Dante. Don't go. I'm like, you need to sit down.
Oh, okay. The only reason she knew that was going on is because she knows me.
I do. I know him.
And she was able to look at me. She was able to look at my body language
And I was like,
say,
you need to go sit with the
yeah,
kids.
you need to not worry about what's going
Yeah.
on and just go
Play a game.
Go play a game with Daphne and Dante.
Yep. And they did. And they played NAR.
yeah,
and
we
they-
played NAR twice, and it was cool. But here's the thing: before that,
Hobo.
yeah, well, that was happening while we were
know.
playing NAR, and it wasn't just nudge. Before that, I actually did have a couple of really fun
Yeah.
experiences of teaching
New games
the
to new people.
Rugrats and a dad, because a dad with his the lady who was cooking the meal, her husband and their little daughter.
Yeah,
I don't
she's
remember
cute.
her name.
I know all their names, but I don't need to say it online.
Oh yeah, there we go. Anyway, she was there with her dad, and then there was another little kid, and I was able to teach them how to play ice cool. And then after that, everybody kind of ate dinner, and then after everybody ate dinner, we came back, and Jessie and I taught another one of her students how to play ice cool again. Those were really fun. Those kids were super well behaved, and they listened as I explained the rules, and then they tried to follow the rules. There was one kid that we don't know the name of, and when I
do
got
know
back
who it is
after
now.
dropping,
I looked over at my pictures.
when I got back and from dropping Aiden off, he was reading the rules to Ice Cool, and he had set it up his entire self, and I could tell he had done so well, and so the entire night was not like that.
We had great moments.
Yes, we absolutely
Great
did.
moments.
But there was, I don't know.
It was very loud in that room. Let's
Here,
just
I'll
say
put it
that.
this way. Usually, in an event like that, if there is 2 to 3 to maybe 4 that are doing things the wrong way, it ruins the event for everybody until they get under control.
Mm-hmm.
And that's what happened last night. I mean, as I was sitting there playing NAR, I got hip checked by this little 5-year-old kid 4 times. And we're like, dude, you need to sign, the Wild needs to sign you because you're pretty good at this. But it hurts, first of all, because I didn't see it coming. And next thing I know, my kidney is hurting because that's where he got me. And I'm like, okay, that was an accident, no problem. A few minutes later, boom, happens again. And I'm like, in my mind, I'm going, where's this kid's parents? And why are they not keeping him from running into people as he runs in this room that's filled with tables and chairs and people. So anyway, yeah. And
we had about 50 people.
No, we did. We had a good, it was a good size event.
Really. And there were some fantastic moments.
Yes, there were. Absolutely fantastic
I got
moments.
to teach a set of parents Onitama, and they loved it, and they were playing it, and it was super fun. We taught Clask to a bunch of people. They all loved that. Clask was super popular. Mm-hmm. We had a game of Telestrations. We had a game of Just One that was super fun.
Yep.
We had some really, really, really great moments. It was kind of loud in that room. I think that would be the biggest.
I think I had a minor heart attack watching a few people try to play coconuts. And then I was able to teach one couple of girls.
And they got it and did it right.
And they got it and they played it right. But I can't remember how many different coconuts I picked up off the floor that had been forgotten about. At one point, I walked to the back of the room.
Yes. Don't say this part. This will make all the gamers in this
and
in the forum
I saw
mad.
Wandering Towers because we thought this would be a good family weight.
Family. If you were sitting down with a family, which was my expectation.
And it looked like somebody had, first of all, taken all of the stuff out of the baggies, put all that into the box,
shook it,
put the baggies in the box, but everything, they're all empty at this point, and just went, and then put it down, opened it up, and left it there. And this is a review copy of the game. This is not even one of the games that we bought and owned. This is something that was sent for the business, and I'm like, now I have to go make sure that the entire game is here and that nothing is lost or nothing's been taken. I'm not saying that anybody there would have stolen,
was
but
lost or taken,
maybe, kids put stuff in their pockets all the time. So it's like they're just not thinking about it. And that was...
My expectation would have been, hey, let me teach you and your family this game. Mm-hmm. This is a great game you can play with your family. My expectation was not let the 5-year-olds take it and dump it out and play with just the pieces.
Yeah, Daphne said she saw somebody... Daphne and Dante played Century Golem Edition.
Yeah.
When we first got there, they just played it 2-player. And then she said later on that night, she saw a family opening it, and the kid just went with all of the gems that were in the game. And then she said that the mother corrected and cleaned it up. Yes. But it's just that mentality.
So, overall, we had some really great moments. Really great moments. I loved being able to have games at St. Paul's with a lot of the kids that we know and I see all the time. Yeah. I loved that. I like breaking down barriers between teacher and personal. I like those moments. So, I told Sam, I'm like, I'm going to focus on that.
No, there was a lot of positive.
It was loud.
My main takeaway... This is my main takeaway.
Yes.
We're not opposed to doing it again.
Oh, no. I thought.
But next time...
we have to set some different parameters.
We will set parameters.
Yeah.
We will be more structured.
Yeah.
Otherwise, we will not do it.
Right.
Because I'm not going to put my personal property into that situation again unless we have more control on... Because we had, and again, most of the parents there...
yeah, were great.
Were very great. But some of the parents came and saw this as, okay, this is free babysitting. And I don't need to, I'm going to stay for the food, but I'm not going to control my kids. I'm just going to let them do whatever they want because I'm not the one in charge of this event. And those are the people that left a negative pall over it. And that's...
It wasn't negative.
There's this fine line between remaining positive and seeing reality. I can guarantee you that there were a number of people, not just us,
I know that we're a little
left
frustrated.
that event thinking, I'm not going to do that again.
Right.
Because that was chaos.
It was chaos.
And that's
so we need to set some more parameters.
That's what makes it hard for me, is because I know people probably walked away from that saying, I'm not going to come to this again. So if we do it again, which I am absolutely open to,
right.
and I said this to you many times.
No, we do. We just need to set some more parameters.
There has to be
all.
more structure to it. The food was amazing.
Food was great.
They
PTL
did
stepped
a
up.
great
That was
job
great.
doing that. The food, and it was provided by the
PTL, which is like the parent-teacher organization.
Parent-teacher organization, yeah. And that was well done.
Very
Everybody
nice.
stuck around afterwards to clean up and put the tables back.
Super
and
helpful. Yeah.
all that kind of stuff.
Cleanup
So,
was like
10
minutes.
Yeah.
That was amazing.
And so I don't mean to say that this was a bad thing.
Oh, no, I don't think it was.
That's not what I'm saying at all. I'm just
We
saying
just had some things we need to improve on.
definitely saw where we need to do better next time.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
Catch up.
Nothing is worse than getting hip checked by a 5-year-old, especially from behind when you're not
This
expecting
little kid's
it.
a tough kid.
Now I know how getting boarded feels.
This little kid's a tough kid.
Yeah, and he was. I think he was throwing his shoulder into it as well. What are your thoughts on the last ice cool that was released? I don't remember the name. I do remember what you're talking about, and I watched the Dice Tower play it.
Oh, okay.
As a matter of fact, it was that game that they were playing on the.
On the cruise?
No, not on the cruise. On the that end of the campaign.
Oh yeah.
Little party live stream that
Yeah.
they were doing that we were watching on the TV. They were playing it, and it's an ice cool variant, and I really want to get it because it looks cool.
We did say that. We actually said, "Oh, that looks kind of neat."
Yeah.
Yeah, I remember. Actually, there were a couple of games that they played that I was like, "Oh, that looks fun."
Yeah.
Oh, that looks fun.
Some parents have the mentality that if they're in a setting with other adults, then their child isn't their responsibility.
Yep, I understand.
That's exactly what it was, Blake.
One of the things that made me super thrilled and really kind of filled me was this event. We go up through 8th grade at my school.
Yeah.
And the kindergarten through 8th grade is on a different side of the street, 2 different buildings. And I teach, and I'm with all the kids 5 years old and under. So when they go to kinder, they're across the street. So it was mostly advertised across the street. So it was the bigger kids, 5th through 8th grade.
Yeah.
There were a couple of my preschool kid families that were there.
They were the best behaved.
And it filled me with joy that my 3 and 4-year-olds were the best behaved out of this room of people and kids.
They were the best behaved of their age group. Like, for example,
Right.
the preschool kids that were there,
They were
the ones that were from
spot
the other side of the street were the best behaved.
Yeah.
Period. End of discussion. They weren't better behaved than the 7th and 8th graders and all
on.
of those
We
people
had
that were there.
fantastic. But I'm telling you, these kids and these families really filled me because they were very well behaved. They were listening. I had a 3-year-old playing a game of Clask, which you got to have some more physical dexterity, and it's not really meant for 3-year-olds. It's really not. And he was playing it with an
Same thing
8-year-old.
with Ice Cool, really.
Yeah, and he played Ice Cool with me.
Ice Cool is like you're trying to flick stuff around, and I had kids coming up, and he was one of them. He was like, "Oh, okay," and he like flicked it as hard as he can. And he'd go, "Ow!"
Yeah.
I was like, "Yeah, you don't have to flick it really hard. You just have to kind of nudge it
Yeah.
and push it, and you can actually put spins on it." And he was like, "Oh, okay," and then he just went back to, "Wow, ow!" All right, kid, you do what you
But they
want.
were super, like, I had kids that we explained games to that were way above where they could have been playing, and they did fine.
Yep.
We had to modify his Rouge in a Clask a little bit, but he got the idea, and he was playing, and I don't know, that just filled me.
We had a whole lot of really positive moments.
Super positive moment.
My problem, and the reason I'm probably more negative, is that when I pulled my head up
Yeah.
from doing one thing, I saw 3 nightmares happening. And I was like, oh crap.
And I was like,
And
"Go
every
sit
time
down."
I pulled my head up, it was, Oh, now there's a fourth nightmare happening. And now we have a fifth nightmare happening. What in the world is going on? You know?
I was like, this is what I do. Just go sit down.
It solidified my belief that I will never be what she does. She does what she does awesomely, and I cannot do that. You will know if I ever take a job as a preschool teacher, because you will see me in the news. A preschool teacher was arrested today for something, and it'll be a bad thing because I can't handle it. I just can't.
Even when I host our city group, I love chaos. I love people. I love being around it. I don't
think you love chaos. I think you love activity.
I love activity. But
structured
for me,
activity.
As these kids are literally running through as everybody's trying to game, and I can put my arms around them in a hug, just give them a hug, and I'm like, oh, remember, we don't run.
Yep.
Oh, no, thank you. Griffin, keep our hands to ourselves. Oh, let's, And every time I would do it like that, and Sam's like,
well, it's because I don't want to.
No, you can't. You can't.
The way I look.
Yeah, you couldn't.
The way I look, if I tell a kid sternly not to do something,
no, you can't.
They're gonna crap their pants.
Yeah, you can't.
Because I'm intimidating.
And they don't know you.
They don't know me. No. Their parents don't know me. So I can't sit there and do anything. That's why I was like going. I'm going. Red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag, red flag. Now there's a kid with a megaphone and she's yelling at everybody. And what in the world is going on? And it's like, And so I just had to sit down and play NAR for a couple of games.
That was fine. He did great.
And I got hip checked a few times, but it's just the way it is. All right, so it was a fun event. Funner for some than it was for others, but it was a good event.
It was a good event.
And
we will do it again next time. We have to do some improvements.
Definitely room for improvement. Though.
Yes.
That's our takeaway. So let's see. Hey, wait a minute. Flipside Bears combined tumbler.
Yeah, well.
Yes. Where can I buy that on your website? You cannot. It's one of a kind.
It's
vintage.
The Bears logo has washed off a couple of times a little bit. So.
He's got a patch on his eye. He's got his patch on his eye because the Bear logo kind of rubbed off because someone who shall be unnamed kept running it through the dishwasher, and it wasn't her.
Not it.
So
I mean, maybe.
That's why this orange ring has kind of, shall we say, faded. It has a nice vintage look, yes. But yeah, this one is pretty solid though. But no, this is one of a kind.
Look,
Sorry.
I did that one in my blender bottle.
Yep. We do have stickers. Available. Now, Speaking of availability, there is a new link on our YouTube channel that says store. Now, the problem with that...
Is it working?
I don't know if it's working or not.
We had a little hiccup, but maybe it's
check.
working now.
Because YouTube told me just to wait for 48 hours and if it should start working. And so I was like, okay, I don't think it's going to work, but okay, I'll wait. So there's a store link, and if you go to our store, if you click on that, it says, due to merchandise restrictions, your store is not displayed to viewers in the United States. Why? I have no idea. Because I have it set up. I called YouTube, and YouTube said, it's because you don't have any shipping things set up for your products. And I was like, yeah, I do. So I don't know why YouTube isn't showing it. But if you go into Facebook and Twitter, I have put links to our Shopify website where you can go buy our new t-shirts, and we should have been wearing it.
I wore mine last night. So
you can see what they look like. They are this color, but they have our logo right here.
Get one.
Yeah, I'll go get one. Anyway, you can go get that. I am going to be this week putting the stickers, the old logo t-shirts.
Grab all of that so we can see.
And let's see, I'll grab an old logo and a regular logo. And
sticker.
grab some stickers as well. We've got about
taken the
100
effort
stickers
of-
left, so that'll be
I've taken
one
the
thing.
effort of almost all of my bottles.
Did
now
you say
have
F word?
effort?
Oh, effort. Okay.
Of making all of my bottles Flipside.
All right. So here are the stickers. They look like this. Here are the stickers. So we're going to have those available on our website for, like, I don't know, $5?
Whatever.
$5 a piece. And then we have these t-shirts available
The new logo.
with a new logo. And on the back, it has a little QR code that you can have people scan if people ask you questions. And this will take them directly to our YouTube and Facebook and Twitter.
I had some of the kids last night
So,
scan and
so
ask me.
that is the new t-shirts. Those are available. They're $25 each. A couple bucks extra for the larger sizes because there's nothing I can do about that. They charge extra for those t-shirts. But
And made by the same company.
made by the same company, we have the old logo as well. So these are available. I think I'm probably just going to make these available for $10
Sure.
each, since we're just basically trying to liquidate that stock. So we're not going to try to make any money on these. But $25 for one, 10 for the other, and then we have these stickers for $5 each, and I'll be getting those added to the website this week.
And hopefully the YouTube store will be fixed soon.
Yeah,
Otherwise, we need to analyze that and figure it out a different way.
We'll figure it out. But it is, there are places to figure all that out and go get those other things that are happening. Riddle Me This, JBB says, hey, what content are you most looking forward to producing in the future? I think one of the best things that we do here on the channel are our live playthroughs. I think that's one of the best things that we can do, that we do on the I think JT, when he teaches a game, he does a really good job of teaching the game, and that's usually who we have teach when we're doing our playthroughs. Just for that main reason. He usually gets almost everything right, and usually if he gets something wrong, it's something really small. So that's one of the things that I think we do the best. I think doing more live playthroughs. One of the things that I like about live playthroughs, and I've seen some people chatting about live playthroughs, and one of the things that I caught the other day was, why don't content creators spend time explaining how the game plays before they start playing it? And I thought, we do that every single time. We do that every single time we play. There have been a couple of times where we have just started playing, but as we're playing, we explain how we do everything. But the whole point was, the initial question was, how many of you people out here, I think it was a post on Facebook, how many of you watch hour to 2 hour playthroughs? And the general consensus was, I just don't have time for that. So instead of making you watch a whole hour to 2 hours of a playthrough, why don't you just give us 5 to 10 minutes of how the game plays, and then if we want to watch the rest of the game, we can. And I'm like, yeah, that's what we do.
Right.
And I think we do it very well, generally speaking. So I think that's one of the things that I really enjoy a lot. We're actually going to unbox some games that we have been contracted to do playthroughs of, which is a cool thing because we get to make a video and we're kind of getting paid to make the video. But the thing is that it's a live playthrough, so we're not going to, we're going to play the game, and we're going to have fun playing the game because we have fun because we're doing things together. But we're gonna do that, and it's gonna be a cool thing. So that's one of the things that I'm really looking forward to, and future content. But I think I'm also very excited about all of the extra opportunities that I have now that I'm part-time with the Dice Tower. And that's another thing that I'm looking forward to. Kind of the other avenues. Because we choose to do most things live here on this channel, I have the ability to spend more time editing for my part-time work with the Dice Tower. So I like the dichotomy that's there.
I actually really like your live reviews. I think you're one of the only people I've seen that does a live review, because this is my opinion of this game, but I'm still listening to your feedback and your comments. And, I find that very unique, and I love them because that's not something anyone else does. They'll do a review. This is my review. This is my opinion. This is the game.
Yep.
But when Sam does his live reviews, I really like it because we're still talking to the community.
Yeah. Yep.
So I like that.
That's correct. Yeah, and that's another thing that I am going to keep doing because the recorded reviews are going to be for the Dice Tower.
Right, and the live reviews
There's
are
going to
for...
be one a week there.
Yep.
But the live reviews are for here.
Yeah.
And we're going to keep doing that, yeah.
I love that.
So I'm going to be doing, at least myself, I don't know if, I haven't asked Jessie about this, but I'm going to be doing a live review of Ostia.
Okay.
Next week, so
I can do that with you.
yeah,
I don't mind.
she did play it.
I did?
What, twice?
Yes.
We played it 2-player, then we played it with
Doug and Emily.
So I think she has some. She might have some opinions, and they will be valuable because they are valuable opinions. But she may or may not have
Yeah, absolutely.
some things that she could add to that. So we're going to be doing that. So that's coming up next week. Probably you have Tuesdays off, right?
Do Tuesday?
Yeah, so we'll do it Tuesday.
Sounds good.
So that'll be coming up Tuesday. We'll be doing Ostia, and we'll also be talking about the expansion, Pirates expansion, which is going up on Kickstarter on Tuesday.
Oh, nice. That would be great.
That's one of the reasons they sent it to me is so that they could include the review. They sent a review copy. This is not a paid review.
No, none of our reviews.
We don't do that, by the way.
No.
We don't do paid reviews. We do paid previews, paid playthroughs, and we do just reviews. And they sent us a review copy of Ostia, and along with the Pirates expansion. And so we'll be doing a review, not a preview. This is not paid. It was just a regular old review copy. So we'll be doing that. But it is to kind of inaugurate, I guess, is the way to put it.
Their Kickstarter.
Their Kickstarter.
Yeah.
So
Catch up. You got a
Yep.
lot. Blah, 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 blah.
ketchup is good.
Blah, 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 blah.
So that is the question, answer the question for Riddle Me This. That's the kind of content we're looking forward to in the future. Younger kids usually tend, Blake says, to be more well-behaved. It seems like once kids reach a certain age, parents stop paying attention because they just assume the kids know how to act and will act appropriately.
Maybe.
Glenn says, I know it's hard to get to the table the games you love with all the new games you are taking a look at, but if you guys turn around, what game do you see that you'd love to play in the coming months? You do it first, and then I'll do it.
Me? Like in the ones behind us, not this behind us.
Right.
Because there's more over there. Me first? Why do you go me first? That stresses me out. I don't know. We have so many games that I don't play as much as I would like to. We've only played Steam Up once, and I really liked that game.
Okay.
And I would like to play that again. We have so many games that I don't have as much experience playing.
Well, okay, let's help you narrow it down.
Okay.
What's one game back here that you have thought many times, I wish Sam would teach me this game?
Oh, I wish you would teach me. Oh, that's a different question. Okay.
I'm making her go first, not because I'm mean.
No, he's mean.
I'm making
he's
her.
mean.
I'm making first.
I'm also stuck. I can't really turn.
Go, turn.
I can't.
That's why I
the
moved.
puppy is on my feet.
Move, Strider.
He's literally pinning me down. Yeah. Okay. What do I want you to teach me?
And the reason I'm making her go first is because if I say something, she'll
I'll
just
go.
Oh
yeah, that's good.
Yeah, that's good.
Let's do that.
That's what I want to pick too.
Yeah. See, the problem is Sam knows what games I would like better than I do.
But sometimes if you just go by the aesthetic,
right,
it could either be good or bad.
Right.
So sometimes going with the aesthetic is good because that'll give you an idea.
Right. I don't think that gives me an idea.
JT just reminded us yesterday that I've never taught him how to play After Us.
And that's a great game. I love that game.
See? She did it. And so that's one of the ones that I'm probably
We've only
going
played
to be
this one
playing
once,
later.
and I really liked that one.
Adventures of Robin Hood? Yeah.
That was super fun.
And we just got Friar Tuck, so...
Right?
That might be a good one to play.
We haven't played My Island because we haven't finished My City, but I know I will like it because I like My City.
So My City is a good one. So you gave us 2. See, there you go. Now
Okay,
she's
there's
just
also-
mesmerized.
No, I am. We have a lot of games behind me that I go, I don't know that one. 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 I'd be scared to pick one because what if I pick one of those ones that's like super hard and then I would go, no, don't teach me that.
Someone is at our front door.
Oh, gosh. Got it. I got it.
Who is it?
I think it's Lars picking up his coat.
Oh,
Stop.
that's probably true, yeah. All right, well.
Somebody's at the door.
Alexa, pause 5-minute timer.
Just give me a minute. Puppy. Sam, can you call Strider?
Strider, come!
Strider, come.
Sorry. This is a little unprofessional. Sit. No, tell me no.
I'm so sorry.
Thanks, appreciate it.
You're welcome.
No.
How's your day going?
Strider,
Oh my God, turn off. I'm on my microphone.
It's good.
come inside. Go sit down. Sit. Okay, sorry about that, y'all. That was a little bit. One of the guys that was at our city group left his coat here, so he's coming by to pick it up. And this is the first day that we've actually been home for him to come pick it up. That's how busy we've been. No, it's no problem. You're okay. Let's see here. All the noises in the background. Yes,
sorry.
I'm sorry, Blake. Nothing we can do about it.
Sorry.
No, it's fine. It's all good. So for her, it was probably going to be Adventures in Robin Hood or My City. Those
Sure.
are the 2 that you said.
Sure. I'm up for anything else. Teach me something new. Find something that I would like. Okay.
No, you wouldn't like that
Then
one
don't
at
be
all.
mean. See?
Those are the 2 that I want to play most right now.
right.
Champions of Midgard and Reavers of Midgard.
Cool.
But both of those are probably,
Not my thing.
I don't know. I would be.
I think I've played Champions of
No, you
Midgard.
haven't.
Oh, okay.
You've just been sitting there while.
Well, you guys play it. That counts. That totally counts.
But I want to teach you how to play that just to see how you do.
Okay.
To see how you like it, to see if you think it's too much for you. I want to play that with you, just 2-player, and then based on how you get that, we'll determine what I think this is going to be too much.
Okay.
But I think you might be able to handle Champions. Karen says, "Hi all. I was preschool for 15 years, just retired. Special needs mix.
Oh, love it.
Wow,
Thank you.
that's another echelon. That's another echelon. Not only were you preschool, but you were special needs preschool.
That means you are a true saint.
Yes, that is something else. And I'm not saying that in a derogatory manner.
No, I'm saying it
I've
honestly.
driven a school bus for autistic kids that were anywhere from, well, they're elementary and high school aged autistic kids that were non-ambulatory. Well, I'm sorry. My high school kid was non-ambulatory. He could not walk around, but he was my one wheelchair. And the other kids were all ambulatory, but they were. One kid was awesome. I called him my GPS, because he was that one on the spectrum, and I don't know where it is, that absolutely knew exactly where he was at any given moment in time. And if I ever got lost or turned around, he was able to tell me how to get back.
That's awesome.
And I didn't get lost. But he would look up and he'd go, turn right. And sure enough, my next one was my next turn was a right. And it was just one of those things. It was a cool thing. I had Giovanni that was a escape artist. And he more than once, not while I was driving, once while I was driving, but more than once while other people were driving him, got out of his seat, opened the back door of the school bus, and then ran and sat back down, laughing hysterically. Which is pretty cute, unless you're going 55 on the highway. At that point, it's like heart attack time. But we had to We had to try to. He was an escape artist because it didn't matter what we put him in, he would get out of it. They had special restraints for kids that would do stuff like that and make it unsafe, and he'd get out of all of them. Every single one of them. He could not be held down. I don't know how he did it. I literally don't know how he did it. It's like, I mean, some next level Houdini stuff. And so that was, and so I say all that to say that I'm not saying that, you know, another echelon in a derogatory way. I'm just saying that's an extra level of care that you have to give these kids.
That means you're really a good,
that means
like,
that's a very cool thing.
Yeah.
One of my teachers at my mom's school has taught preschool for 25 years. Wow. Whew.
I'm at about 15. I started when Daphne was 2.
Yeah. Blake and Twitter. I'm sorry. Blake says Facebook and Twitter. I don't go in those insert skull and crossbones. Okay. I don't know.
We can
people
send you a
scanning my
link
back.
or something.
He says, I don't know. People scanning my back is strange. It's not if you tell them to. That's the whole reason I put it. And I understand what you're saying, because when we went on the cruise, we actually did that. We were like, people would ask us about the shirt, and I would be like, well, I'm a content creator on YouTube, and I do
this
stuff
is my
on,
channel.
and this is my channel, so if you're interested, just scan my back. And they did it. And while they were doing it, I was like, this is a little awkward. But they did it. So I'm like, cool, whatever.
Or they don't.
And one guy was like, look at you, all prepared for your marketing plan. And I was like, kind of? That was my idea. It was her idea. But live reviews are great because we can ask questions too.
Yeah,
exactly.
that's what I like about it.
That's the whole point. That's the whole point, Karen.
And you can say, how does that play? Or why did you play it like that? Or
Mission Red Planet is another one.
that one's right
I don't
there.
think you've played that one.
No, I haven't.
Yeah, you might like that one. You basically have a hand of 9 cards. And those 9 cards determine what action you're going to take. So we all choose simultaneously what we're going to do. And then you have to go in number order, counting from 9 down to 1. So it's like a countdown. And you're sending rockets off into Mars. And then once you land people on Mars, it's a area control up on Mars. I think you might like that one.
Cool. Teach it to me. I would love to learn.
Nuno says, I would like to see Champions of Midgard. That is cool. Sam drove a school bus. I need this story. Yeah, I used to, for a year when I was in
California.
when I lived in California for a year, it was 2009, 2010. I was an assistant pastor for a church, and they provided a salary, and it was a pretty good salary back then, but even then it wasn't enough to live in California, just on my salary alone. So I had to get another job, and I thought, I can drive a bus. So I went to Durham School Services, and they taught me how, paid training, on-the-job training, and I drove a school bus for autistic kids. I never drove. I always drove the short buses, the little 8 to 10 passenger buses, because they had my bus had 2 places to put wheelchairs, and then there was other seats around. So all of that combined was like 8. I think one of the buses that I drove had 10 seats altogether because it only had 1 spot for a wheelchair. So we did that, and I was also trained on the big 80-passenger buses as well. That is something else. That's like driving a long ship on the road. Which is a completely different learn how to drive, because you have to literally, instead of just worrying about 15 feet of car, you have to worry about 30 feet of bus. And that tail whips as you turn it. So it's something else. It's something else. But it was a really cool thing because it taught me how to be a better driver, in a practical way, not just follow all the rules. That makes me a good driver. No, it puts you in a lot of different practical situations where I feel like people don't. One of the things that and this is probably stupid, and there's probably going to be people out there, but one of the things that I thought of is like if you're waiting and you are trying to turn, for example, left, and you're at a place where two people can be turning, you have to look at both directions. And if there's a car on this side and you can't see past the car, you're like, well, I have to wait. No, you can look through the windows of that car, and you can see through the windows of that car. And that's one of the things that my instructor, because we did that one time, I pulled up and he asked me, how did you know it was okay to go? And I said, I just looked through the windows and I could see. And that's one of the things he gave me props for, because he said most people won't do that. And so I just thought, it's just little practical things like that. But definitely some heart attack moments. And definitely some moments of wow. Grant, my non-ambulatory high school student, he also couldn't, I don't know what you call it, he was
Non-verbal?
He was nonverbal as well. But he would make sounds, loud sounds. And if you didn't pay attention to him, he would start hitting his head we had this bar.
To attach the wheelchair to, probably.
Well, no, those were strapped into the floor. But we had this bar that was between me and them that you had to go through and he would just whap on this bar. Now it was padded, so it really wasn't doing much. He never really cut himself open or anything, but he would, and we couldn't sit him next to the window because he'd do it on the window. And it's just, you have to make sure that they're not hurting themselves and keep an eye on traffic. It's you have to really pay attention. So I have a absolute respect for school bus drivers. They're kind of like the unsung heroes. You got to remember, they're the ones that get your kids to school safely more often than not. I know accidents happen, but they're unsung heroes. But bus drivers are cool, not just because I was one. Sniper Gotcha Champions of Midgard has always drawn me to it, as well for some reason, but never played it. That's unfortunate. It's a great game. My school district stopped using Durham in 2018 and now uses First Student. That's a whole big thing. Mm. Yeah, it was. That's funny, Blake, because when I was driving for school services, Durham School Services, First Student had just started. And they were a big competitor. So that's interesting that you said that. David Brownlee, Champions of Midgard is fun. I hear the expansions make it even better, but the expansions are still on our shelf of shame. I will not play it without the expansions. When we play it, we are going to use the expansion because I think it completes the game.
Cool.
So if you've not played it with the expansions, you are missing a very, very big part of that. Derek S. I am a special ed teacher. A 9-year-old autistic student at our school makes his own stop motion movies, takes video and composites it too. He's super techie.
That's awesome.
That's the coolest thing about autism. And I say that carefully, don't get me wrong, is that there is such a wide spectrum of what autism is that you cannot just say, I know what autistic means, because it can have so many different variations. And
I'm cold.
Would you like me to close the garage door?
No.
Little miss, it'll let the cold air in.
You were warm.
And
I
no,
was
the
trying to
kitty
help
won't
it.
get out there.
Who cares? This is a stupid
The
cat.
cat is in the garage right now.
He is.
Is Champions of Midgard still available or tough to obtain now? I don't know. I haven't, because I own it, I haven't looked to see if it's, I'm pretty sure it's available. I think they still have copies available. I just don't know. I can't tell you for sure. It has nothing to do with them being competitors. It has to do with Durham backing out. I don't understand Durham backing out.
Whatever. It must have been a
I mean,
local thing.
I have no connection with the Durham School Services.
No, it must have been a
anymore.
local thing. Like there was probably something happening
have no
locally.
Two autistic students are the same, like snowflakes. Oh. there's no comma in that sentence.
Right.
I read it as no. Two autistic
autistic
kids are the same, like snowflakes. And I was like, huh?
No, two autistic.
Yeah,
kids.
no two autistic kids are the same. That is correct. Yes, absolutely. And I wasn't questioning you. I just questioned my interpretation of what you said. We plan to attack our shelf of shame after my wife passes her certification exam. Until then, all gameplay is on hold while she studies.
Yeah, that's valid.
Very
Get
valid.
your studies done, man.
JT and Mel are kind of in the same boat. Mel's trying to finish her degree online. Well, her master's, not just her regular degree. I think it's a master's. And they're in the same boat. They have a lot less time to play games together. They used to do it all the time. But now they are just kind of doing it when they can. In 2018, there was a teacher strike across many districts in the state, and
Oh, yeah, I
Durham
remember that.
was upset since they weren't working. Also, the district didn't want the strike to end.
Yeah, I remember that.
Wow. Oh, okay. So basically, Durham just was like, okay, well, we're done working with you. Sounds like, because
It was a local thing. It wasn't
Sure.
like a national
Yeah,
thing.
yeah,
But
yeah. I get it. In my district, the special ed bus drivers are employed by the district, whereas the regular bus drivers aren't. Yeah. So good. I don't go to McDonald's hardly ever, but we saw while we were in Freddy's the other day some Irish mocha K-Pods that were McCafe brand. And we picked it up just because it said Irish mocha.
You like it.
And basically, it tastes like a mint chocolate chip coffee. It's really good. It's really good. I started working with autistic children when I was 17, total of 45 years.
That's awesome.
Wow. Wow.
See, people on this channel are amazing. Amazing.
I think your dad is like my grandpa.
Blake's dad?
Yes.
I know.
He said Blake said my dad tried to order a Whopper at McDonald's the other day.
That's awesome.
My grandpa in Texas, San Antonio, Texas, that's where he lives. My grandpa would walk into Taco Bell and order a frijole burrito. And the people would look at him like, "Sir, we don't have frijole burritos." He goes, "Yeah, you do." And he'd point up at the burrito. He says, "It's right there." And they would turn around and look. "No, we don't have frijole burritos." And of course, there's some white kid. And he was like, my grandpa was the one that would just keep it going for as long as he possibly could. Like, he would always like, "What?" When I was a kid, what? He'd act like he couldn't hear me, and I'm like, oh, it's my grandpa, he can't hear anymore. I'd say it louder, and he'd go, "What?" He'd keep doing it and doing it and doing it, and I would be like, "What is wrong with my grandpa right now?" And then he'd just start laughing. Because that's the kind of person he is. So he'll walk into a Taco Bell and order a frijole burrito and have the white kid that's behind the table just going nuts. And then finally he'll say, "Just give me a bean burrito." So fun. That's what it reminds me of, going into a McDonald's trying to order a Whopper. Speaking of amazing food that is bad for you,
Oh,
my
dear.
wife gave me Space Dunk Oreos. We saw
Oh, we
those.
saw those. How were they?
They have Pop Rocks in them and were so, all capital letters, good.
We saw them.
We saw them, but we were like,
Neither of us can really eat them, but we did
No.
see them.
this is how we are. We have to go with the gluten-free,
Oreos.
which aren't
Okay, gluten-free
as
mint
bad as you might think
Oreos
they
are
are.
ridiculously good.
Yeah,
And the gluten-free golden Oreos, we ate that package in like a day.
that was pretty fast.
So the gluten-free regular Oreos are meh. The gluten-free mint Oreos are super good. The gluten-free golden Oreos, super good.
Like said, he didn't do it on purpose. He just had a Whopper on the brain for some reason.
He's like, I want a Whopper.
uh,
That's funny.
he said, my cousin once brought over some bacon-wrapped deep-fried Oreos. You don't like deep-fried Oreos.
Well, when we had them, I didn't love them.
We went. They had them at. There's this place at the hockey game. Instead of going to the Chamber of Commerce runs the.
No, Rotary.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yes, right. The Rotary Club runs the concession stands at the hockey games.
Yeah.
So you can either go to them. There's another place. What is it called?
Dooley Dogs.
Dooley Dogs, and that's kind of a locally owned vendor that she started with just like a.
Hot dog.
Like,
had a hot
like a
dog
little
cart.
hot dog stand. I
Yeah,
mean, it was
a little cart.
and not well. It wasn't even really a cart.
It was like
It was just kind of like some coolers and a grill on one end of the concourse. And so we started going there. We just
we go to her.
She's a good local businessman basically.
Yeah.
And so we go to Dooley Dogs, and one of the things now they've given her not just space on the concourse. She has one of those
Booths in the concourse.
yeah, one of the concession stand booths
yeah.
that's like built into the building. So she has her own thing now. And so when she got that, she started offering more stuff.
Right. She offered deep fried Oreos, and I was like, okay, we should try that.
Deep fried Oreos, when they're done right,
Yes.
are super good.
Maybe
because
it
they
was
have
just
that
a
funnel
little
cake.
burnt.
They
I
have
don't
that
know.
funnel cake
All I know is that
around them, and then you put some powdered sugar on it.
I couldn't eat 2 bites of it.
So good. But I think they put a little bit, their dough was too thick.
I don't know. All I know is that I literally couldn't eat 2 bites of it.
Oh, I ate it. But yeah, it was a little burnt. They left them in the oil too long,
Yeah,
and
maybe
it
that's what it
was too doughy. There's too much.
I don't know. I just
dough.
didn't love it.
Anyway, David says I go to McDonald's when I'm in Japan because they still have the deep fried apple pies that scorch your mouth.
Love it.
Haven't seen those in the U.S. for a few decades. Well, here they have the strawberries and cream pies, which are pretty
All
good.
seasonal.
Yeah.
Speaking of fast food seasonal, I don't love the fact that Wendy's changes their Frosties all the time. But they really only have a machine that will hold 2. I have no problem with them adding other flavors in, like a seasonal mint mocha during March.
Which one is the one that they should always have?
Should always have vanilla.
Wrong!
Should always have vanilla.
No, a Frosty is chocolate.
So they should always have vanilla. But the one they
Chocolate.
replace, they leave it with chocolate and the seasonal flavor. So then there's no vanilla.
Oh, now you're changing your tune. Since you were emphatically told that you were wrong.
No, I said,
Her favorite kind of Frosty is a vanilla Frosty.
that's why I said it annoys me that they keep the chocolate and the seasonal.
Yeah,
I'm
then
saying
you
the same thing.
Then you said you should have the chocolate and the seasonal.
No, I said that's what they do. They
Yeah,
keep the chocolate
that's
and
what
the
they
seasonal.
should.
No, that's not what they should do. They
Yes.
should keep the vanilla
No,
and the seasonal.
no, I bet you.
Or how about just do all 3? Couldn't we do all 3?
No.
Like, I don't understand why we have to get rid of the vanilla.
Because it's inferior.
Because right now, I don't know. I think they had one. I thought, oh, that I thought of you. It was like a cafe mocha flavored Frosty or something.
Okay. Okay. Coffee? Yeah, it's chocolate. And add some coffee in there. Yeah, I'm down. But I can't have Frosties either. There's too many carbs.
I did get him one of the junior-sized ones last year.
A&W still has fried pies. We have an A&W here in town.
We do. We don't ever go, but
Yeah, we don't.
in fact, a couple of weeks ago at the hockey game, they were giving out free A&W root beer floats to everybody in a certain section.
Daniel Kramer, $9.
Thank you.
Super chat. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, thank you, thank you.
Says, sorry, I can't watch now. We'll watch later. Hope you're having a great weekend. We
Thank
are.
you.
Thank you, Daniel. Appreciate it. Sniper Gotcha says, Team Sam, Frosties are chocolate only.
Ah, you guys are wrong.
Vanilla was only introduced in the last decade. See?
Yeah, but they're better.
No, they aren't.
They're so
inferior.
much better.
They're inferior.
So much better.
Inferior.
Better.
Frosties are chocolate, Blake says.
Oh, you
yeah.
guys, there's no.
Where's your
wrong.
boy now?
He's wrong.
Where's your boy now? Right. That's what I'm talking about.
Boy.
Frosties are delicious. They are, unfortunately.
I do love the Junior Frosties.
Jesse,
I will
you're
admit.
a wonderful, beautiful human being, but you're wrong. Chris says, with love.
No! It is vanilla Frosties all the way.
Incorrect.
And vanilla.
Nope. All right. So we have a little bit of a lull here. So we are going to, first of all, I'm going to click that little button. I didn't know you could do that.
What could you do?
You can click that and give them a little heart.
What?
That's amazing. I think
How
I'm
did
going
we
to
not do
remember to
that?
do that later on. All right, so I do have some unboxings that we're going to be doing. I have misplaced the coveted grapefruit knife.
From my grandma's.
And so we're going to find it.
Or I'll go to Goodwill and find
Until
another
then,
one.
we are using a modeling tool that has, I think, enough sharp edges. This is from Germany, as denoted by the DHL.de. So let's see. I have an idea of what this might be, but I don't know exactly. So it did come in for the Flipside, so I don't think it's anything I know it's not anything personal. This doesn't work as well as a
Grapefruit knife.
grapefruit knife, but it's working.
Where did you put it?
I don't know. It's somewhere. I just didn't have time to find it this morning. Anyway, we're gonna do that, and oh, well, that kind of worked. Not really.
Is there a line in the middle?
Yeah, there is.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Well, no, I guess there isn't. There we go. Oh, there's candy in here.
Snacks.
Wunderland. This looks like it's sour.
It does say sour.
Wunderland sour. And it says no pigs, it looks like. Untierische gelatin.
Don't do that. You're going
I
to
know.
just tire.
It's vegan. Strike number one. Looks like it's eco-friendly. I have no
spaceships?
no natural flavors and smells, it looks like.
No palm oil.
No palm oil, and it's family friendly, apparently.
Well,
There
we're
you go.
opening this today.
Yeah, probably will. All right, so that's that. If it's from Germany, it must be a Euro game. I don't know.
Very tiny here.
It is a prototype, and it's called Apocalypse. And this is something that they did send me. It is a prototype, so I do want to make sure that that is clear. But we'll be taking a look at this later on. It says an auto battle card game by Marion
Auto
Hilder.
battle card game.
Auto battle. I
I
don't
don't
think
know what that
auto
means,
I don't think it means like cars. It means
No,
like
it means self.
yeah. So the apocalypse,
Wonderful people.
I'm sorry, the AI apocalypse is what it's called, not apocalypse. It's AI apocalypse, and it has brought the world to the abyss. The last surviving factions are sending their best units into the danger zones to win the battle for the last digital artifacts. AI Apocalypse is an expert auto battle card game in which your units automatically fight against your opponent's units. The game offers the amount of decision making of a full-length expert game in only 20 to 50 minutes. All players play simultaneously. All players fight simultaneously. Will you discover the best combos to win the battle? Can you do it
I'm
fairly?
intrigued.
Or will you need to enlist the help of the scorned AI-lien?
That sounds awesome.
So that sounds pretty cool. 12 plus, 1 to 4 players. Oh, owly moly.
Holy moly.
Owly moly games. So AI Apocalypse. I'm not going to open this box because it is prototype.
Prototype.
So, but this got sent. We're going to take a look at it. The next.
And these, of course.
Why use a box cutter when you can use a grapefruit knife or a random modeling tool?
Okay,
This is the
grapefruit
flip side.
knives are very good, though.
Yes.
The grapefruit knife he has is from my grandmother's house in the 1950s. Oh,
Sniper got you $10. I needed a heart as well.
Thank you.
You got a heart. There you go.
that's amazing. Thank you so much.
So this one right here is a little bit bigger, and we'll actually go down
And
to
plus,
the
I
second.
cut myself with box cutter knives. But Sam does all the openings, so I don't ever have to risk cutting myself.
These work fine. They're not bad.
We need to find my grapefruit knife.
But the grapefruit knife is definitely better.
The serrated edges.
Yep. I'm fine.
I'm not.
You'll be fine. All right. This is some stuff that was sent to us. And some of it is going to be...
You sure you just don't want scissors?
Oh, see, look how easy that was.
I don't know about that.
Wow, this is well packed, I'll tell you that much.
What is this from?
In the bubble wrap. This is from Bezier Games. And so I'm going to put this on because I can't get leverage that high. Boom. All right. So you saw that it did come in a box. And they decided to wrap the whole thing in bubble wrap. So we're going to do one at a time. This has an S on it.
Aw. Can I open it? I won't read it on my
Sure.
Can I just open it? I love letters.
Oh, I'm glad he had that covered because I forgot that this was... See, it's off camera, but that is that until then. Now, we have passed that day, so we will talk about that in just a little bit. I want to make sure. All right. There's a game called, yeah,
Look at this cool
that's
card.
Bezier. That's their logo, Bezier. Yeah. Ted Allspot. And so we have, all right. See, that came off real easy. So we'll unbox each of these because we have Castles of Mad King Ludwig, and we have
Oh, I want to play this.
Blueprints
I've
of
been
Mad
in
King
Neuschwanstein
Ludwig.
Castle. That's Neuschwanstein Castle in Germany. That's the castle we tried to go to.
Yep, and we couldn't find tickets to because everybody wants to go to Neuschwanstein.
It was my fault.
But
didn't
no,
find
it's
it.
not your fault. It
Oh,
was,
and this is also of Mad King Ludwig.
yeah, but this is Blueprints.
Ooh.
Blueprints and Castles. So we will get to opening these. They are going to be contracting us for doing playthroughs of all three of these games. Sandbag, Blueprints, and Castle of Mad King Ludwig.
So we shouldn't open them, though. You're doing a contract for them.
Yeah, but it's an unboxing
Okay.
to do a live playthrough.
Okay.
Nothing else.
Okay.
So we're going to go ahead and open them so that this is not part of the contract.
I know. Okay.
This is just, yeah, Jay Synesis. So Jay Bernardo, he's the marketing director for,
I really love
For
handwritten
Bezier.
notes.
yep,
It makes me happy. That's why I made Sam write Christmas notes to everybody this year. I think
true,
they're
you
super
did.
important.
You did. And so we'll go down to the table here. We'll do Sandbag first. And let's go ahead and put picture on picture just because people are able to look at this. So, Sandbag. And so again, I haven't looked into this game, but it says achieve the highest altitude possible at your local hot air balloon regatta
Oh, fun.
by having the fewest sandbags on your balloon. Sandbag is a trick-taking game where you don't want to win tricks, and the goal is to have the fewest points possible after 3 rounds. Cool. All right. So that, that seems like a tried and true kind of game, at least. And it looks like it's just a bunch of cards,
Cool.
It's a trick-taking card game, but it's got cool artwork. What do you think about the cards?
Oh, nice.
I think they're nice cards. So the different colors, and what you would expect, different colors are probably the different suits. And then you have, 0 through 10 for each of the different suits. Oh, it looks like red has... No, it has up to 10. And then what is that? I guess that's a different color. That's a blue color.
Oh, then we got rockets.
-5 points, because you're trying to get the least amount of points. -7. Oh. All right. Cool.
That looks fun.
All right. So that is Sandbag. We'll see how that goes. Again, don't know anything about the game other than what we just showed you. So there is Sandbag. Let's see here. Is the candy also a prototype?
Guess we'll have to find
we'll
out.
let you know about that. Still trying to figure out how to be a star member. Do you need to be on a computer? No, Karen. Those star members are basically people that have just become. They are members of the channel. So if you go to our channel homepage, and one of those links up there will say memberships, and you can click that and you can become a member of the channel. Basically, it's just a way to support us. And we have, what was it? 4 different levels of membership, and they're all Goonies themed. So we've got a Chester Copper Pot theme. We've got a Hey You Guys. And what?
Flip back.
Oh, yeah, sorry. We have a Hey You Guys. Then we have a Truffle Shuffle level. And then I can't remember what the other one is. I know we had 4. But anyway, that's what those stars mean, is that they have they're monthly supporters of the channel. That's all that means. So it's open for everybody if you want to do that. Let's see here. Mom is a cook, and I watch tons of cooking shows. Handy.
And a handy grapefruit knife.
Handy heard of a grapefruit knife until this channel. Haven't heard of a grapefruit knife until this channel.
Are you kidding me? It was a staple. It was from my grandma's house. It was something from her house in the 40s or 50s. I knew it's got a little serrated edge. So after you cut your grapefruit in half, you can go along through the wedges and then it pops your little pieces up.
Yep. My mom and dad, Blake says, went on a hot air balloon ride for their anniversary last year.
Oh, that's cool.
That sounds like a neat thing.
I think it sounds cool in concept. I think I would actually be really
They landed in a llama field.
That's awesome.
Were they attacked by llamas? That would have made it more memorable.
I think that would be really cool. I think that sounds like one of those things that sounds interesting, but I think I would be terrified because the wind would whip up and I'd end up in like Southern Oregon or something.
Oh. Well, David Brownlee says the problem with so many of these small box card games is that they make a box bigger than it needs to be for the rule book, but not big enough to sleeve the games. Well, I don't know that that's the case with Sandbag. It looked like you could remove that insert, and there may have been enough room in there, but I don't know for sure. But
we haven't tried that.
That size box is not really an egregiously sized box, in my opinion.
Some of the other ones are big.
It was bigger because of the rule book, but the rule book was still kind of small.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not like they had. I've seen some card games that are like that.
Right, and
that come in this box that is like this huge, and it's like that's not necessary at all.
Right.
You just wanted more shelf space on the retail shelf.
Right.
Most cards don't need to be sleeved. I play Pokemon and Magic, so I understand sleeving, but most regular games don't need to be sleeved. And that's because you just don't
damage your mat.
I'm not. I'm just bouncing it. It's made out of neoprene. It can handle that. Now, if I were to go like
don't
that,
do that either.
I'm not going
Goodness
to.
gracious.
All right, let's go ahead and look at blueprints first. So we'll go back to there. So blueprints here. Let's take that off camera. Can you just set it on the floor for a second? And then we will... Oh, come on. There we go. Got it inside. There we go.
Sketch a full color castle for His Majesty.
It's just the blueprints. So
That's
this one,
neat.
just turn it around. You can read it. No. So sketch a full color castle for His Majesty. Test your architectural skills in this flip and sketch strategy game to draw the most extravagant blueprints for King Ludwig's next castle.
Ooh, this looks fun.
So it comes with colored pencils.
Ooh! Now I'm super excited.
Goodness gracious. Here it goes. All right, so here we have, it looks like some different things that you have
hefty.
to punch out. And yeah,
yeah,
those are
hefty.
pretty thick. These are pretty thick ones indeed. So, and they're popping out pretty well, so that's good production quality at the factory. So good so far. We won't punch out all of the other ones, but that's going to go to the
Preschool. Did I tell you what we're going to do now?
Yeah.
Is I'm going to notch them on each side.
Yeah.
And then you can take a different piece and we can make towers and castles. And
Okay.
don't you think that would work?
Sure.
Are you just saying that?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
I'm going to put like a little notch here. So that the next one, if this was the next one, could go.
Oh, and you're going to make a tower out of those
Right.
things?
And they can connect them as they want.
I don't know how that'll work. I don't know that will work well, but it's an interesting idea.
We've been using them for so many different things at preschool. Yeah. We use them for painting. We use them for shapes. I also have like, I put a piece of tissue paper around it.
We're on this,
I know.
this
But
angle.
did they hold this, and they have to feel what the shapes are through the tissue paper. It's a circle, it's a square. We're doing so many things with the punch-out boards, so I'm super excited about that. I have issues, I know.
No. And she says that she's not a creative person.
Okay, so here was my thought with some of the punch-out boards. Sam doesn't agree. Put some little notches in them on all sides, and we can like make a whole thing out of it. What did you do?
Blake's cracking me up today. So for sale, travel size and normal boxes, comical, neither makes sense. That's true. You don't feel the wind in a hot air balloon ride because you are moving with it.
Oh, interesting.
Between twice? Been twice, sorry. Been twice. Very peaceful. Sam, do you have original castles to compare to that new version? No, I don't, but I will do my research. Now, this is what made me chuckle. Wow, colored pencils. I'm so impressed. Parentheses, sarcasm.
I was impressed.
David says, at Blake, pre-painted pencils should be a Kickstarter add-on for flippin' rights. I'm sorry, they're funny sometimes. So anyway, just a quick jaunt through the, wow, huge rule book.
You gotta switch angles again.
Yeah. Sorry. Boom. Huge rule book. But it does give a very detailed look at the game. So that is a cool thing. And having colored, the only thing I do like the fact that having colored pencils. I do like that fact because I'm interested in having schematics that look like this, that are colorful.
I
agree. But the pencils are eventually going to wear down. No, you get me. You're not getting what I say. They will not just... I know, it comes with a sharpener. That's amazing. That's great. Absolutely cool. Now, if this had been a sharpener... This is an eraser?
Yes!
That's pretty cool. That's pretty funny.
This
is
super
an actual
cool. Come
eraser.
On.
But, no... I know it comes with a pencil sharpener, so you can actually sharpen it.
You mean eventually you will run your pencils up?
And you're going to be, you may need to find some more
Box
colored
of 8
pencils.
colored pencils are
I
everywhere.
know,
So
that's not a bad thing, but that is pretty cool that it actually comes with all of these colored pencils.
look at that.
So that's pretty neat.
I think that's super cool.
Well,
I can't think of another game that we have that comes with colored pencils.
well, they come with colored dry erase markers.
Yes.
Just One does that. But again, just like with Just One,
Those dry erase
the
markers
dry
eventually
erase
dry
markers
out.
eventually dry out. Yeah. So, but I mean, it is. Oh wait, it actually has on the thing what these different buildings are going to be.
Look, it's an activity.
So
it's a
the
moat.
blue is going to be.
Oh,
or
come
the
on,
teal
this
is
is
a
pretty
moat.
cool.
The red is the activity rooms.
Can we play this?
Gray is downstairs. Blue is a sleeping room. And it also has the shapes on it looks like. Yellow is food rooms. Green is outdoor areas. And then orange is utility and purple is living areas.
This is really cool.
That's actually pretty neat.
I want to play.
So,
Like right now.
Yeah.
Let's go. This game has me excited. Let's go.
so we'll see here. There's a Bezier catalog, and then it looks like a whole bunch of different. I don't know what these are.
Player guides or...
Yeah, these look like player guides, and then score
Score pad.
sheets, score pad.
It comes with little graph paper. I love this game already.
Yeah, little pads have little graph paper in them.
That's super cool. Come on. I'm super geeking out over this one.
Yeah,
The preschool teacher in me is super
There's a
excited.
whole bunch of cards in here. We won't take the time, but this is funny. I wonder if this actually works.
Yes, of course.
Well, okay, but we'll see. I'm just wondering if it actually works, because again, they took the time to add a pencil
I think
sharpener
it's
in
a
there
super
too. That's
important
cool
thing.
too. Yeah, I mean it's all here. Why is that? Oh, that's probably to
Hold your papers
Hold
in.
your
It's like
paper.
an easel.
yeah.
Come on,
All right.
this is...
Okay, all right. Put the pencils back in. We'll put them in
No,
the
you gotta
box
put 'em
later
in
on.
the-
We'll put them in the box later on.
Okay,
You're
okay,
gonna-
okay. Well, I'm going to put them in the box because...
Riveting.
Whatever, you spent 20 minutes talking about how tired you are.
That's true.
I'm sure I can get away with 36 seconds.
I feel attacked.
Yeah, it was an attack. Did you feel it?
Yep, I did.
Okay,
All
that
right,
looks
so that is
super cool.
Blueprints of Mad King Ludwig, a flip and write game. So looking forward to that one. Next, we have the new version of the Castles of Mad King Ludwig. Are you ready for this one? So, and you already asked the question, so the answer is no, I don't have the old version, but I will do my research and try to find out exactly what the differences are. Yeah, we got a little ding on the edge there. Even with all of that bubble wrap, we still get a box ding. That's not the publisher's fault.
Oh, no, no.
That is
That
the
was
shipping
super-
company.
Super safe.
Super well done. So, another product catalog. Here is the rule book. Bezier loves their big rule books, man. Look at that. So, you have, ooh, that looks, I like that board. But again, it's just, just kind of looking through it, letting you guys see what the rule book looks like. I will just go ahead and flip. Well, there's another page, and then there is also a solo mode. So I'll probably go through and do a solo mode of it as well.
Cool.
Not for the actual paid playthrough, but I want to experience the game to its fullest. So that's what the rule book looks like. Here we have the board.
I love that color.
Yeah, it's a really nice looking cover. Board, rather. Wow, it's big. Man, it doesn't even fit on the screen. And it's double-sided. Yeah, I know, it's double-sided too. So just trying to show you, I really like the look of it.
It's really neat.
Very, very pretty. I love that color. And then on the other side, this looks like it is
Similar, but I don't know what.
2, 3, and 4. I want to say that this is. No, it has 2, 3, 4, 5 over here as well. So I would imagine one side is to use on, you know, for a certain player account, or it's not a certain player account. It's just a different vibe that's going on. I don't know. I
don't know. It's beautiful.
I have.
I do love this color.
Yeah, it looks very good. I like that a lot. But these are really nice as well. Game trays knocks it out of the park usually when they have all of these things in here. So you have all of these different places that you're going to be able to store the different things. When you set up the game, you just set these out on the table, remove the lids, and you're ready to go.
That's cool.
Generally speaking. But you have all of this stuff here. Now, here's the instruction. It says do not throw away your cardboard sprues because you're going to have to pack them in the bottom, set these on top, and then you'll have...
Don't throw these away.
No, that's for the other game. That's not for this.
Oh.
It's because, see, look, you have this in here, and then you have all of these sprues.
Cool.
So
okay.
these sprues will go back down here. You'll set this back down here, and then everything
These
will
fit on
be
top.
everything will be flush with it.
That's fancy.
So that's one thing. 2, how to store. So that's commonly left out of a box. This is commonly left out of a box.
That's a super important
And
detail.
that's a cool detail because it tells you how you can safely store your book, your game, and all of that kind of stuff.
Don't pop them out.
So I'm not going to pop them out, but these are not as thick as the other ones, but they're still pretty. They're still durable. These are what you would usually expect from these kinds of punch outs as far as thickness is concerned. So we're not going to do it right now because I do have to put it away and store it correctly. So, and I don't want to drive her up a wall. So we'll put that all back in there. But I super like game trays. I super like game trays. So
Right.
I'm very happy to see that these are in there like that. And that goes in
That's
there.
super nice.
Yep, that looks very cool. Very cool indeed. So looking forward to getting that one to the table as well.
I also like this little detail to get your box lid on.
Yeah, little notches on the side to
That's
lift your
super
lid.
nice.
Yep. Very
You've done
cool,
a
very
really
cool.
Nice job. That's cool.
Oh,
I
Kabuki
like
Kid
it.
showed up. Jesse's saying okay to putting them away in the box later while she is still putting them away in the box. LOL.
Well, he
At
did
least
say,
they're pre-sharpened colored pencils.
yes.
The deluxe
he-
version has a start player staple remover. I think
I'm joking.
that was a joke. Yeah. The crayon rail games. Let's see here. The crayon rail games used to come with crayons. Yeah, that's true. They did, but they were the cheap crayons,
Oh, see, it's got to be
like the
Crayola.
wax
No, it's got to be Crayola.
that hardly
Rose
stuck
art.
to what
Ugh.
hardly stuck.
I'm
At least they're
Crayola.
pre-sharpened.
I thought they were very nice.
Most dings don't bother me. Obviously, if it's a major dent, sure, but a small ding on the corner, I don't mind.
Yeah.
That's pretty much what they were. And again, the only reason I really said that is that sometimes people
Send things back.
will send it back and demand a brand new copy of the game, and I'm like,
It's just a box.
guys, you realize how much you're costing
Right.
the company, and it's
It's a
not
box.
their fault.
It's a box.
It's the shipping company fault. Now, if it just comes, like for example,
like if Amazon ships you Sagrada in a
with just a
cellophane wrap.
with just a packing label on it, okay, that might be something. You return it to Amazon or to the
Right.
company you bought it from in Amazon. But this came with
Multiple layers in a heavy box.
all this bubble wrap was wrapped around those games, and it still had those dings. So that's not the publisher's fault. That's the shipping company. Let's see here. Kabuki Kid is here. Hello, hello. Good to see you. Everybody's saying hello to Kabuki. Just back from my appointment. Tom is back. Welcome back, Tom.
Thank you, Tom.
And it's been a very long time since I played Castles of Meching Ludwig, but I don't recall a board like that. Well, that would probably be one of
The
the
board is
differences
beautiful.
of the new version.
It's so pretty.
Yep. Yeah, nice to be warned about saving the sprue early. That is absolutely correct. A lot
Right.
of people don't. A lot of publishers. Well, no, a lot of publishers don't They almost think that it's like what do you call it? It goes without saying.
Known. Or,
Yeah, it's like a common thing. You're supposed to keep your sprues. No. If you designed your box so that I have to keep the sprues so that it's flush and things won't be moved, you need to tell me that. I mean, it can be kind of self-explanatory when you have this much
right, big stacks of things.
cardboard removed from the box and it was flush before you removed it. Kind of, put one and one together there. But it's an extra level of care from the producer.
I think it's super nice.
To include one slip of paper in there.
Yeah.
It's not a huge, it's not a huge cost, but it's a mindset that says I need to tell my customer how I plan for them to store the game that they just bought from me.
No, that's nice. Super nice.
Instead of, oop, I already tossed them. Yep.
Yeah, oops. Didn't know I needed to keep that.
Yeah, game trays are nice. Downside is a lot of plastic, but I'm okay with that if it is something you plan on basically keeping forever.
Right, if it stays in the box. It
stays in the box. So there are a couple of games with fancy organizers that print the packing instructions on the inside of the inner box, and that's also appreciated too. Yeah. Although, if you print it on the inside of the box, I think that's more expensive.
I would think so.
Than
on
if
a piece
you
of
just
paper.
add one slip of paper in there.
Yeah.
I think it's more expensive to add it to the artwork of the box.
Right, I would think so.
Because you're using more ink for the art
double-sided box on the cardboard before it's folded.
But it is...
It is nice.
It is also the same idea there. There are a couple of games with... I already read that. Just found a torn-up napkin in my pocket.
I guess it's better than some other things.
Sam, you got a few recommendations for 6 to 8 players, light to medium weight. 6 to 8. If it's 6 players, if you're talking about new games, Art Project or After Us are both good with 6 players. If you're going with 8 players, I would say Deception, Murder in Hong Kong is great. That goes up to 12, I believe, with the expansion. That would be a good one. But 6 to 8 is a weird kind of window because you have to basically venture off into party game land more often than not. If you're not a problem with people yelling at each other, Cheese Thief would be a good one for that number of players.
Don't do Cheese Thief.
Well, with that number of players, it's a viable choice, I think. Time's Up.
Telestrations.
Specifically, Title Recall would be good with 6 to 8. Telestrations is a good one. Wits and Wagers is a good game for 6 to 8 players.
Just One, I think, is 7 or 8.
Yep, Just One is another good one. So any of those would be good
Sorry,
for
puppy.
6 to 8. No, it's okay.
Oh, come back. I'm sorry.
Best sheet I have seen with how they want you to set up and store the game is Oathsworn. That I agree with. I've seen that one, and I totally agree with that. JT's
Yeah, I remember
copy
that.
came in. Not inside of the box, on the inside of the inner box.
Oh.
Yeah, that's what I meant. If you have this game here and it's printed in here, I think that's more expensive than just including another sheet of paper.
Yeah, I would think so.
Let's see here. Yeah, I already saw more than one person complain how the new Robinson Crusoe doesn't come with storage instructions, and there are a lot of bits.
See, just give me just a little sheet.
Just a sheet, or maybe put it in the rule book. If you put it in the rule book, some players they just make it another page in the rule book, which again I think is more expensive than just adding a sheet of black and white paper in there. But anyway, a lot of people put it in the rule book. Last page of the rule book or something like that. Here's how you should store it. It's usually either an afterthought and they forget to do it, or they don't want to take the extra paper to because sometimes you could be at the brink of, if I add more pages, it's going to raise the cost of how much they charge me to print the rule book. Gabe's the needs and storage instructions aren't for me. Well, that's another question entirely. But I get it. I understand. Codenames is great. Okay, yeah. Codenames Pictures is great. I'm an aesthetic game player, so I want more than just words that I'm staring at for half an hour. I want pictures at least. But I will agree that with 6 to 8 players, Codenames as a game is a good choice. Specifically, however, I would choose Pictures. Codenames Pictures. Time's Up is a good one. I adore Time's Up. Kabuki Kid says we wrap up basically every game night with a game of the Title Recall. That's the way to go. Title Recall is the best version of that game, I think. Yeah, it's a tough count. Thank you. You're welcome. Sam doesn't like Codenames. Well, I just explained that. You misread again. Side, not inside, where there is already printed art. Okay, so now... So are you talking about here? Or here? If you're talking about here, okay, I get you. Because there's already printed art on this, adding text to it.
Right, would be the same.
I don't know that it would... I think it would probably be about the...
Excuse you.
Pardon me.
Jeez Louise.
We need to play Pukinia Nanolate again.
Oh my.
Real time.
Oh no. Oh no.
He's talking about the outside of the bottom box.
Yeah, we just got that.
Got it. We got it. Understood.
That would be a good spot.
I thought I would dig Codenames Pictures, but I played literally one game of it, and it sits on my shelf. We still play regular Codenames weekly.
That's cool.
Yeah, like I always said, it's different strokes for different folks. Everybody, and JT, he told me he hates that expression. I don't know why
Different
he hates
strokes
that
for
expression.
different folks.
Yeah, different strokes for different folks. I don't know why he hates that expression, but he said that in passing the other day. He says, I hate that expression. I was like, I always say it. I'm going to continue saying it. Because it says what I want it to say. It means exactly, not everybody's going to like every game. Not everybody's going to hate every game. So it's just the way it is. Yeah, we played Time's Up Title Recall so many times that we ended up having new decks of cards made up to give us new titles and more variety. I'm the #1 player in plays on BGG with 394 plays. Wow.
That's
the number
amazing.
2 listed player is a guy in my game group who logs. That's funny. New video, top 10 best box fart games.
Brr.
Yeah, that'll be it. Just One is also just staring at words, Sam. Yes, I know, but there's player interaction happening. More than just one person giving me a clue, and then I have to stare at these words now forever. At least with Just One, and again, at least, because these 2 games are party games. So they're not my favorite kinds of games to play anyway. Like if I have 6 players, I'm not going to automatically think of Just One. I'm going to automatically think of The Art Project or After Us or something like that. That's not a party-ish game, but it's still light enough to where that echelon of player will be able to grab a hold of it. Like The Art Project is a cooperative game, so we're not competing against each other. So it works well in that kind of a party-ish type atmosphere. After Us isn't a cooperative game, but it is a solitaire multiplayer game that you really don't have a whole lot of interaction with as far as taking things away from you and all that kind of thing. So it's competitive, yes, but it's just a race. So that's the only level of competition that's there. It's who can get to 80 points first. So I think both of those, in my opinion, if I'm running the game and I have 6 players, I'm going to choose one of those before I choose any other party game. So with that caveat in mind, and I think you probably already knew that, going with words over code names, hands down, yes, all day and twice on Sunday, because that's just the way it goes. But for you, it might be different, and that's fine. He is talking about 6 players is good for vanilla resistance. Okay, I can see that. Another one would be good for it is Spyfall. Spyfall is a good 6 to 8 player game, and it's very fast. So you could do that one as well. Resistance made me think of Spyfall. Resistance is good with 6 players. 6 is good for big, long games too. Yeah, if you have determined ahead of time to do it. Games that you want a full count for. Yeah, that's true. Game of Thrones, 1979 Dune. I got a text this morning
You did.
from FedEx.
What you're doing is coming
And
soon.
it said Simon is sending me a package. And it's on the way. I think it might be Dune War for Arrakis.
Wait, you're drooling.
I drooled a little
Yeah,
bit.
you did.
Yeah, TI4 was 6, but with planning. Yeah, I can go that. I'm actually really fun. I'm really fun. I'm very fine playing TI4 with just 4 players. I really am. I think 4 players is a great count, especially if you're teaching people, even if it's just one person, because I think 4 players gives a better explanation of how that game works than using the John Wayne method and throwing him into a 6 or 8 player game. Dune! Yes. Detective Club works for 6. That's true. Thank you, Blake. That is a good one as well. That's one of JT's favorite games of that ilk. Ilk sounds negative. I don't mean it that way. But that kind of game. Like Obscurio or...
Deductive reasoning.
yeah.
Social deduction. That's what you call it.
Deception, Murder in Hong Kong.
Right.
But yeah, Detective Club is a good one. 4 and 6 feels to be the best.
Oh,
you are correct.
So good?
So good. Spyfall is a bit too random for me. It has amazingly fun moments and awful moments. If you're the spy and the first question is directed at you, it isn't fun. That's where it is the most challenging. It isn't fun because you really have to... The glory of Spyfall is where you have to be as specific as you can be, but still be totally random in your answer, so that the people who are not the spy think that you possibly could know where they are. I don't think I've ever played Spyfall with you.
I think we have. I thought we did once because this is all sounding familiar.
Yeah, maybe. So basically, in Spyfall, you all get the deck is made up of one card that just says spy, and the other cards are a picture of the same location.
Right. No, I think we have played this.
And so if you have the spy card, you have no idea where you're at. And the person who begins has to pick somebody in the group and ask them a question. How's the weather where we are right now? Or something to that effect. You know, and that's one of the original. And but you can get as goofy with your question as you want. And there are cards that tell you who you are in that location. And so you can go on to ask questions that you would ask as that person in that scene.
Right.
And you need to, so you can kind of
Right.
communicate that you know where you are by the question that you're asking. But the answer, if you're the spy and you get targeted for that first question, it can be devastating. But that's where the fun of the game is that you have to be vaguely specific. Emphasis on vaguely. Because as you're answering questions and you know where you are, the spy will be able to look at a listing of all of the locations that are on the book
and match where,
and get an idea of where you are. And that's the thing for the spy. The spy is trying to, we are here before everybody, before the 8 minutes runs out, I think is what it is.
maybe I haven't, but it sounds familiar. But yeah.
I think it's a really fun game. But I do understand what David is saying. If you are the spy and you get that first question,
Which would be my luck, and I'd be like, I'm done with this game. I don't want to play anymore.
do you sleeve your cards? I've been thinking that I should sleeve some of my rarer games. It depends on how much you use them. If you're just storing them and you're in a climate-controlled place, and I don't think you need to worry about it. If you're playing those cards a lot, if you're playing those rarer games a lot, then sure. It doesn't hurt, but I don't think it's a requirement. We like Decrypto. Yeah, that's a good one. I don't. You've not played it. We don't own it. But Decrypto is a game that actually uses that blue-red film material where you can only see a certain color and so forth. So there's that. My opinion on sleeving is if you don't want the game damaged, don't play it.
Truth.
There is some truth to that. But, however, I also see the other side of that equation where you want to play it a lot and you want to continue playing it a lot over the course of many, many years. And so I want to protect my components as much as I can. That's fine. And I get it. I just don't usually do it because I don't usually play my games enough over the course of many to warrant the need to protect it with a plastic sheen over all of the cards. Phantom Ink is fun on teams 2. Can play with 6 perfectly. I've never played Phantom Ink. I watched Tom's plea to publishers, and I hope game designers and publishers take note on to that video. Tom has some great advice that would help us all. He sees a lot of games, and he reads a lot of rule books. So he
had some great advice.
wealth of information there. Videos of Tom were great. For Spyfall, should you give everyone a print of locations? I have the second copy. You can do that. I think the copies came with a centerfold spread in the rule book that has all the locations, so you can just put the rule book out there. I think that's what our copy has. So I don't know what they've done with other printed versions. I printed up little player aids for all players in Spyfall to list all locations. That is a good thing to do because I think the rules state that if you are the questioner or the answerer, then you can look at the book. Otherwise, you can't. But if everybody has their own copy of it, then there's less of that. Well, let me see the book. Because then everybody's like, why do you want to see the book? Don't you know where we are? You know, that kind of stuff. So everybody having their own would help ease that tension a little bit. The problem we found with Spyfall was no one had to study the locations except for the spy who was too much of a tip-off. Which is exactly why Kabuki Kid did what... okay, she has to go pee-pee.
I can't make it any
We're almost done anyway.
I'm like, you're taking a long time today. I got
2 hours. We usually go up to 2.5.
No, my body can't today.
Okay. Well, I guess we're going to be ending soon then.
No, that's not
So that's exactly what Kabuki Kid is saying, Sniper Gotcha, is that if everybody has their own copy and they're all freely looking at it, again, I guess you could consider it a house rule, but what you said is absolutely true. But I think there's easy workarounds to make the game very enjoyable. Sometimes as the spy, You have to just go for it and commit to something. Sometimes it instantly ruins you, but sometimes it works out to your favor and nobody suspects you again going forward. Yep, that's true. To be sure, Spyfall has great moments. I just prefer Avalon, as is a little bit more consistent. Totally valid. If a rare game is next to impossible to replace or is pricey, I'm good with sleeving. Yeah, I think that. Lots of shuffling or hidden roll cards you don't want marked. Good reason to sleeve. Yep. Get matte sleeves. No sheen. Ooh. Haven't thought about that. Matte sleeves, definitely, Blake says. Yeah, my Spyfall has the centerfold of all locations, which is nice too. I also have that out even with individual player aids. That's cool. David Brownlee says, Chris, if you're going to sleeve your games, pick one sleeve manufacturer and stick with them. Mixing sleeves from different companies doesn't quite work. Sleeve Kings offers a wide range of sizes. That's good. That's good advice. Well done. All right. Well, I think we're pretty much done. We are past our 2-hour mark, which is our usual stopping time. But I guess we'll wait on Jess to get back so that we can do our lightning round. I guess start sending in those lightning round questions, and we'll go from there. Coming up on the channel next week, we've got we've got the live review of Ostia and Ostia Pirates. That's coming up. We have...
I'm sorry.
No, you're fine, baby. Go ahead. Coming up on the channel is what I was going to, as they're sending in their lightning round thingies. We've got
I couldn't make it today.
the review, the live review of Ostia coming up. I think I'm going to try. I want to try to play Kelte some more.
Oh yeah.
The Tom, Camilla, and Mike did a review of Kelte over on the Dice Tower this week. So I thought it would be cool to do a review because, frankly, they were divided. Camilla and Z both gave it like a 6. And then Mike gave it an 8. So what that tells me is that Mike is the only one that got that game out of that 3.
I don't think I played that. You did it with JT.
Yes, you did.
Did I?
Oh, yes, you did.
I don't remember things.
It's the one where there's the whole board is a big rondo.
Oh yeah, I did play that one. That was fun.
And it's Celtic themed, so
Yeah.
you're fighting off the Romans on some parts of it.
Yeah, no, I remember.
Yeah.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And you just have to remind me.
Outhouse versus... So they're starting to send in lightning round.
Got it.
Outhouse or indoor plumbing?
That's not a question, really.
Well,
Plumbing.
you grew up in Ellensburg, so...
I did, but we had indoor plumbing. It wasn't like Amish. like we had plumbing. I love being able to flush. I think it's a great modern invention.
I agree. I'm going with indoor plumbing as well. Yeah, the informative discussion in the chats during Pecunia Non Ole was
That was pretty funny. Yeah,
rather shocking.
that was
So,
pretty funny.
I will keep my indoor plumbing. Thank you very much.
Yes, please. I don't want a vinegar scrub brush.
Let's see here. Oof, vinegar scrub brush. That's disgusting. A communal vinegar scrub brush. Frosted or unfrosted Pop-Tarts?
I have probably eaten Pop-Tarts only twice in my life. And I don't know if they were frosted or unfrosted.
The correct answer is frosted.
I don't know. I probably maybe twice.
I've had the like toaster strudels that are like the bargain brand of
Right.
Pop-Tarts. They're not nearly as good.
I mean literally maybe twice in my life.
Frosted Pop-Tarts are the best. Wow, Kabuki. Fully clothed when home lounging, or that's the first part. And I was like, hold on, wait a minute. And so I was like,
Or-
read the rest.
Or
Instant PJs went in the door for the rest of the day.
I usually hold off on PJs as long as I can, but there are days that it's like 6 p.m. and I'm like, that's it.
I'm
That's
done.
all I got.
Yeah.
I think it definitely for me is mood based. If I'm having one of those days where I'm just ready to tap out and I've been exhausted or we've had battles or something,
Right.
then I just literally give up and I'm like, PJs. But most of the time I am in my normal clothes until it's bedtime.
Chris said, bruh, toaster strudels are dope.
I've never had those either.
They aren't. They're not that good. Let's see here. So
It's also because we have kids in the house.
yeah. My thing is that I usually wait until I try to wait like her as long as possible. For me, it's more like, what if I have to go do something?
Right.
What if Daphne's car breaks down and I have to go
Right.
out there and get it? What if this happens? So there's always a what if. But if I had my druthers, yeah, I would probably just get as comfortable as I could as soon as I could.
Right. I mean, we have set rules with the kids. Like after our live, we'll go into their rooms and go, it's almost noon. You have to be dressed.
Yeah, out of your PJs.
Yeah, so
come on, get ready.
We have the same rules for the kids. Like, I will nag Daphne frequently because I'm like, you've been home 6 minutes and you're back in PJs. So you need to still be dressed,
A favorite version of Zombicide? For me, the two new versions that came out, Marvel Zombies and Undead or Alive, both of those were really fun for me. I think Marvel Zombies probably is in the running to be my favorite, but I haven't played it enough to really make that determination yet.
And I played Undead with you guys, and I thought
Yeah.
that was pretty fun.
You also
I
played-
don't like the Marvel Zombies.
Why?
I don't like Captain America and all the
Okay,
heroes
she's-
as a hero. Like,
I-
I don't like it.
I don't think you've played the game. You've watched the What If series.
No, I watched the game with you guys, maybe. But I was like, no, my heroes are not supposed to be zombies. So I liked the Undead one. I thought the train thing in the middle was kind of fun.
Frosties, chocolate or chocolate? Chocolate.
No,
Duh.
vanilla. Hi, who was that?
Dave says I was. That was Sniper Gotcha. Dave says I was surprised by their Kelte review too. Would love to hear your opinion. It was in my possible purchase list, but have not played.
Okay, well, we'll do
Ketchup
that for
on
you.
a hot dog.
Yes,
Absolutely.
yes.
Yep. Absolutely. Now, not the only thing on a hot dog, but
Okay, what do you put? Here you go.
If-
You got you've got the gamut.
if
You
I've
can
got
do anything.
if I've got the gamut, I'm not putting relish.
Okay.
I do not like relish on a hot dog. I think it's weird because you're basically putting pickles on a hot dog.
Yes.
No, it's disgusting.
Yeah.
If my favorite hot dog is a chili dog, and what I mean by that is chili, cheese, Fritos, onions. Chili, cheese, Fritos, and onions. That's the best kind of hot dog that there is. End of discussion. Moving on.
I mean, I do love a chili dog, yes. But I also love the hot dogs with, we call them Seattle style up here. I don't know where they're else, but they have the cream cheese and the caramelized onions and then the ketchup and the mustard. It's all about the toppings and the relish. Do all of it. Seattle style. Put a little cream cheese on it.
Nope. Let's see. Honey Nut Cheerios or plain Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios.
Honey Nut Cheerios. Or another flavor. No, Honey Nut Cheerios are the
There's
best.
a new flavor. We got it at work, and it's like cinnamon waffle or something. I don't know what it is. It's
Those
so
are no
good.
longer good for the heart.
No, so
Those are no longer
good.
good for the heart. They can't put that branding on there. Costco beef franks or Polish franks? Polish.
Yeah, probably the Polish.
Corn dog or bagel dog?
I don't think we have bagel dogs up here.
I like corn dogs.
I like corn dogs, but I don't think we can
I don't think we have
bagel
dogs.
dogs anywhere.
Bagel dogs are weird. Keep your druthers so you don't have to want for them. Oh, okay. I don't understand that statement. She did a winky smiley face, though. Breakfast foods, savory or sweet?
Savory.
I usually go with savory. Eggs, sausages, potatoes, peppers, those kinds of things. But that's mainly because I'm trying to stay away from. I'm trying to stay away from carbs. That's my main thing.
Eggs Benedict.
As much as I can. Not that they're, bad. Gunnar Johansson is here. Hello, Gunnar.
Hi.
Rebellion's expansion or Outer Rims expansion? I haven't played Outer Rims expansion yet, so I can't really answer the question. As a game, I like both of them. I think I probably like Rebellion better, and I do like Rebellion's expansion. So I'll have to go with Rebellion and its expansion for right now. I like the spicy mustard on a dog. I don't mind spicy or brown mustard on a hot dog. I don't like yellow mustard.
Spicy mustard on a cream cheese hot dog. That sounds good.
Fritos, yes. Weirdness?
Yes, Fritos.
No. No.
What?
Frito pie
Yes.
with chili and Fritos and cheese and onions
some
and
cream
more
and
cheese
olive
and
and cheese
that's
and-
the
yeah.
best stuff.
That's good.
Big nope to cream cheese in that case.
You guys are all wrong.
Agreed.
You haven't even tried it.
It sounds weird.
You haven't even tried
It
it.
sounds weird. I don't like when you put cream cheese in your little deli meat roll-up thingy. I've told you that before, and you keep making it for me. Cream cheese is weird. It's okay on some stuff.
Cream cheese, peanut butter, and jelly.
No!
That's my
Heavens
favorite
to
sandwich.
Betsy, no.
Yes, I've made that so many
So
times. Cream
disgusting.
cheese, peanut butter, and jelly.
So gross. So gross, so gross, so gross.
You're wrong.
It was a play off you saying if I had my druthers. Yeah.
Oh,
I get
yeah.
it. And my
If I
gag
had
was
my
saying
druthers.
to not lose them. Yes, I know. I know, I got you. Campaign games or one-offs? I mostly play one-offs, but I love campaign games as well.
I would say one-offs because I don't ever have enough time for campaign games.
I do know that Sam likes peanut butter on burgers. Yes, because peanut butter on burgers is absolutely heavenly. Heavenly.
I'm not disagreeing with that.
It's amazing. Especially if it's crunchy peanut butter.
You gotta go to crunchy peanut butter.
That's pretty odd. You've never tried it. That's why you said that.
You haven't tried cream cheese on a hot dog, so I don't want
But
to
I
hear
have had cream cheese and deli meat, which isn't that far off from cream cheese on a hot dog.
it. No.
Yeah. See, you had to pause there for a
No.
minute. In your head, you were like, "Oh crap, he's right."
No, I'm not. I was like, no, they're not even the same. What about cream cheese in celery?
Amy, I don't know what that means, Gunnar. I think you're probably playing a Joan of Arc scenario tonight. That sounds cool. Joan of Arc is a great game.
Oh, yeah, you like that.
Frito pie is the bomb. Texas delicacy mixed in a bag of Fritos.
Love it. I might make it tonight for dinner.
My dad once made me peanut butter and jelly for lunch when I was little, and he included pats of actual butter. I was horrified.
I did not horrify.
Apparently, he grew up on it that way. That's disgusting.
I put butter on my peanut butter and jelly too. I'm making us lunch today.
No,
Peanut
you
butter
are
and
not.
jelly with big. In fact,
I
it's not
will
just
not
like pads
eat
of butter.
lunch. I will go on a 4-hour strike.
No. I'm gonna make us some peanut butter. I had yesterday for snack. I had peanut butter, mayonnaise, and banana on a piece of bread.
Okay, that's cream cheese is the weird part. Why did you say something else that's not related to cream cheese?
Because it was about peanut butter. I had peanut butter, mayonnaise, and banana.
Yeah, I've done. I used to put peanut butter and mayonnaise on all of my sandwiches. That's what I did. I loved that.
Peanut butter, mayonnaise, and sweet pickle.
Oh, you actually made me cough.
No, that's good.
Sweet pickles are
No. So good.
disgusting.
No.
Sweet pickles are horrible. The only, and I mean the only way in my 50 years of living I have ever enjoyed sweet pickles is on a pizza, which I know sounds absolutely horrific, but it works.
Hey, the pizza place down by the river, or Mama Tina's, now has a dill pickle pizza,
No. see,
which Lindsay said is amazing.
it's not the same. the sweetness of a sweet pickle
I love sweet pickles.
on a pizza is amazing.
I think we should do
By
that. Let's do that
itself,
tonight.
on other things, it makes it taste weird.
Let's have a pizza extravaganza tonight.
Well, maybe. Let's see. A friend of mine was over one time when we were gaming, and she brought hot dogs to make for everyone. Used my kitchen, and she cooked them in butter. They tasted weird. Somebody was telling me, I can't remember who it was, but they were like,
I don't do hot dogs cooked in
my
butter.
dad fixed his hot dogs the other day, and he boiled them. How do you make boiled hot dogs? They were gross. I was like, that's kind of right.
You don't.
I don't remember who it was, but
You
somebody did
don't
that.
boil the hot dogs. I mean, that was the only way I grew up having them.
I have had boiled hot dogs, but they were then cooked in something else.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
I'm making all this for lunch today.
I get it. I've had boiled hot dogs before, but he was making the distinction between boiling them and grilling them. There is a distinct difference. Grilled hot dogs are
way better,
supremely
yes.
better than boiled
But I've
hot dogs.
always boiled my hot dogs. But you guys already know I'm a little messed
Grilled
up.
cheese or fried peanut butter and banana sandwich.
Both sound delicious,
Fried
but
peanut
grilled
butter
cheese.
and banana. That sounds
That's an
heavenly.
Elvis special.
That sounds heavenly. We were all wigged out. Don't abide butter on hot dogs. This is worse than the poop conversation. No, it's not. It will eventually lead to a poop conversation.
No.
So what happens when you eat food? It all turns into poop. When we
Yes,
were
ma'am.
kids, Grandma used to grind bologna and dill pickles and mix it with mayo like a tuna salad, and I still get the craving for it sometimes. Wah! That sounded
bad.
like it's been through somebody already. You want to start a poop conversation? You did with that statement, David. What in the world?
Look at your face. Yes.
That is the only way I can imagine those three things coming together in one.
It was a bologna sandwich with pickles and mayonnaise. It's the same.
It's the consistency that
same as
throws it
tuna
off.
fish.
You grind it together and make tuna salad out of
Yes, I
hot
can see that.
bologna, dill pickles, and mayonnaise. What?
I think we should do it.
No.
I have a can of Spam. Can we do it with Spam?
No. 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 Boiled dogs are fine. That's what they
Yes.
do at ballparks or in
Yes.
the city. Dirty water dogs, they are jokingly called like what you buy
Yes.
from a cart in New York City. That's what everyone says until they try it. Yeah, well, that's what I'm saying. And I don't know that I'm going to try it. So with that, it's 11:29. It's 2.5 hours. We're going to get out of here. Thank you guys for joining us. It's been a fun conversation, and it starts our Saturdays off on a positive note, as opposed to just waking up and having to go through the day.
It's actually one of my highlights of my week.
It is.
I love being here.
Yep. So, I love Sam's fake dry heaving sound. There's more of that where that came from. All right, so we're going to get out of here. Don't forget that you can go to Shopify and pick up these shirts now. These will be on there soon, the old logo ones. And these stickers will be on there soon. I also have old stickers as well, but I think I'm just going to include those
Yeah.
in packages.
Good call.
I'm not going to sell those. The new ones, though, look
These
good
ones are
enough
really nice. I really love
to
them.
sell. So that's it. Happy Saturday, everybody. Bye, all. Bye, all. Bye, all. Have a good one. You guys take care. Original Maverick says happy Saturday. So happy Saturday to you, too. Thank you for joining us. We're going to get out of here now. We'll see you guys and gals on the flip side. Take
Bye.
care.
See, don't you think this will work? I'll make little towers.
I don't know. I don't think so. But
Why?
it might.